Yes.
Okay. So, can anyone remember what happened last time?
Nope.
Yep.
Yep.
Nope.
Anyone want to summarise?
I can summarise what I've got. It's not detailed, but
Tom has memory issues, so no.
we saved the stones from the cave,
Mm-hmm.
where the fanatics were in control of the cultists and they were trying to control the situation. 4 crates of glass disappeared to an unknown location. Shoshana thanked us and brought us to meet the elder Morwen.
Yep.
Morwen. It was a strange lady, weird psychic vibes, kept saying, I see you. The prophecy was recited to us. We were each given a piece of Averin glass and told it was very useful. Tom has now got concealed weapons. And we got paid 250 gold, 50 gold each, and 50 in the pouch. And that is all I've got.
Wonderful. That does seem to be it. So, after your jaunt to Avrin, you have all continued on towards the festival at Napenthe. You've been delayed a little bit on your side journey. So, when you arrive, the festival is working towards its highlight, working towards its big finale, which will happen at sundown when the star viewing will take place. So you arrive kind of mid-afternoon, and as you approach the entranceway to Napenthe, there is someone waiting to talk to you. He's been looking out, and I'm like, oh man, where have I hidden it? Where have I put it? My apologies, my brain has gone completely blank. It is Tom's mate. It's Dan, wasn't it? Dan!
Yeah.
That's what he's called.
Mm-hmm.
He's hanging around kind of on the outskirts of Napenthe because he's aware that you're not there yet. He's a squire, a lower level kind of Vanguard member. And so he approaches you just to catch up and to see how you're doing.
Okie dokie. Obviously, seeing Dan, like Tom set off looking for Dan because Dan had been gone for a few days, presumably on some sort of errand or some such for the Vanguard.
Yeah.
So I think Tom would be quite animatedly happy to see his only friend in the entire world that he has any knowledge of.
So far?
So far, yeah. So, like, quite out of character for Tom, he would be quite animatedly, I guess, if he can portray emotion, happy. Not quite determined yet as to whether or not he can convey facial expressions. Let's say yes. Let's say he can, as long as you're cool with that.
That's fine.
He has enough of a advanced constructive face that he can smile and frown, and that's about it. So he'll obviously smile and sort of trot along like Dan.
Hi,
Dan.
Tom. Hi, Tom.
Dan.
Tom.
Hi, it's Tom. Hi, it's Tom. Hi, Dan. Hi, it's Tom.
Hi, Tom. Was looking out for you, and the others with you as well. And he points to all of you. He's probably got like a nodding acquaintance with you all, and he's going to say, I know you're here. We've been waiting for you. I've been asked to say just go to the festival because what was it I was told? Yeah, because like most of the Vanguard are there, but Shay and Magnus have had to they've got caught up with something, so they told me to come and find you when you turned up and say they will find you later. Does that make sense?
No. I was looking for you. Where have you been?
I was here. I was waiting for you.
But I was out there looking for you. I couldn't find you. Be gone for days. Where have you been?
I've just been around. You know me. I'm just around.
One of those situations where every time I went somewhere to look for him, he was going somewhere else. Just like following him around the city, but like always perpetually 30 minutes behind wherever he was.
Well, he's very glad to see you anyway. He's a little nervous around the new people here as well. But he basically directs you to kind of hang about the festival and go and see other people, and he'll kind of tag along with you to just kind of trot along with his friend as well.
Question, is Ali's character with us because he wasn't before?
No, I was just about to say that David off on mysterious journeys that we can fill in later, or if you have any ideas now as to where he's been.
Nope.
Either way, then
Okay.
maybe you have already performing at the festival itself. There will be a couple of other bards in residence, so... Hi,
I don't like to interrupt. So I'll just raise my hand.
Mr. Hayes, yes?
Tom would like to really would like to really obtusely, not even considering the fact that Dan might already sort of know of or know these people. He's gonna go, Dan, these are my new friends, Cloud Lady, Change Faces, and Angry Dwarf. It's like he can't remember what their names are.
And and he'll laugh and be like, all right, it's now I know Baltha, isn't it? I've known you. I know you. I can't
Hi,
remember
Dan.
the other. Who are the others? Oh, Craig's gone. No, he's not. He's there. Oh, you'd moved. So my screen moved. So he will look at kind of Alithia and Hayes and be like, I recognise you, but I don't know your names.
I'm Hayes.
I'm Alithia. Did you say Faye was
One
not here?
one second,
Where's
guys.
she?
Oh, I don't know what they're doing, but there was something that Magnus needed her for. So she's just doing some research. But she said that she had to tell me to tell anyone else who was late that she will be at the festival later. So she
Okay.
said she will find people.
Okay. Well, I'm Alithia.
Nice to meet you. And Tom and Dan's just going to trot along now. So that was his message to convey to you. Does anyone else have somewhere that they would like to go? Anywhere else that they would like to interact with? And maybe we'll pick up Ali on the way. Let's do that first. Actually, let's rope Ali into the action as well. So as you wander into the festival, there are performances going on, or are you shopping, Ali? What's David doing?
I'm slowly coming back to what I wanted to do, and I just never told you.
Oh.
I think David would be in the tea place, the cafe.
Okay, Rosecliff Tea.
Yes, I think.
Okay.
Doing what?
Having tea feelings.
I love the fact Kat's carefully constructed about 20 business names, and you got as far as the tea place.
Fine.
I was literally.
It's on the screen, and there's a handout, but just the tea place.
I was scrolling through the handout. I was like, I can't remember which one it was. Tea.
It's also the only one I don't really have a page for, so
Of all the places
Oh,
to
Cat's
be,
lost.
Cat's like, they're never going to want to just sit and
Nah.
drink tea.
no, everywhere else,
David's a
I'm
cultured
sure.
swine, I'll have you know.
Huh?
David's a cultured swine, you know.
I love
I mean,
that.
that's definitely half right.
I love that. So yes, are you finishing up your tea and joining everybody else, or are you going to hang around in there for a bit and see what happens?
No, I'll finish up my tea and I'll come in.
But I
Towards the
do take on the notes that you are incredibly cultured, and I will make sure to indulge those cultured natures in future. So yes, if you're exiting there, do you spot everyone else wandering across the market square, or?
I'd imagine so. And I'm like, oh, lads, I'll best go. That's where they are. Best go with them.
So where would you like to go?
So, where are we going?
Anybody?
Angela herself needs to just slip off and put the boy back upstairs.
No
So
worries.
Hayes would like to just slip away from the crowd and go to Greythorn's Gems
Okay,
and go and have just a little off-screen chat and catch up with her uncle.
that's fine.
Is that all right? And then
Yep,
I can
that's
just
perfect.
nip out.
If there's anything specific you want to discuss, we can do that later.
Probably just chatting away, just giving him the letters for him to send off to my family, to my
Lovely.
parents,
Lovely.
and just generally catch up.
Cool. Anybody else? Any shopping? Any NPCs that you would like to see?
Well,
Oh,
I say on the way to Nepenthe.
Mhm.
Oh, hello.
Oh God.
I had a quick discussion with Balfour about using the spell scroll we picked up in the first session,
Yep.
which is in his bag of holding.
Mhm.
So I would like to go shopping for
Sorry to
components so I can learn that spell.
Good night, Daddy.
Night, son.
I remember when they used to be enthusiastic as well. Sorry, where would you like to shop for components?
Presumably it's either going to be the general store or the Arcane Emporium.
Okay, well let's. How exotic are your ingredients?
I don't know. Is it just a generic thing to pick up? Doesn't tell me what components I need.
Let's.
So you can either tell me they're exotic or they're not because it's a level 1 spell.
Okay, well let's stick to the Arcane Emporium because that is more of that. So very similar to what Scott did before. I've not done a map for it, so it's more like an image of what it looks like, and on the right hand side just who is in the shop. So I will have these for all the different shops so you can see if there's anyone else there. So at the moment it's just the two sisters who are talking amongst themselves in the corner and haven't noticed you arrive yet. Are you all going together?
Yeah.
Catch me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My
Basically is at the point now of the group where he's just going to follow Balfour wherever Balfour goes, because Balfour seems to keep telling him what to do, and it seems to work most of the time.
Cool.
So he's just going to sort of trail along, unless he tells him to go away and do his own thing. He'll just sort of toddle along with the group.
Awesome.
He has nothing generally that he wants to do because he doesn't understand want. Or like, there's nothing realistically that he wants. There's probably lots of things I could come up with that he might want to do, like go to a blacksmith's and sharpen his sword or whatever. But that doesn't seem in character for Tom, so Tom will just trot along with everybody else.
No worries. We'll do this and then we'll
Bal-
get on to some more stuff.
Balfour won't be heading to the same place because he has no need or any want to visit there. So feeling like everybody's safe,
Mhm.
he will bid them farewell and let them go about their business while he goes off and attend to things he wants to.
Where does
Is he going
Bowser?
to tell
That's
Tom
me.
to go away because otherwise Tom's just going to follow him?
No, he will be
Cool,
quite
right.
happy for Tom's company. But no, first thing on my agenda is to go see Gilmert.
That's at the jeweller's, isn't it? So what I will do is I will move you over there, she says.
Gilmert, is he the old dwarven
Oh,
fighter? Is he at the jeweller's?
No, I was getting confused with the other jeweller. So Gilmert will just be hanging around the festival. Maybe as you're walking towards the Arcane Emporium, you have just noticed him in the crowds. So you've kind of flagged him down and stopped him.
Oh no, not him.
Alethea's.
What's wrong, Alethea?
Who's Gilbert?
He's a
He
good
wouldn't
man.
like me.
Well, obviously, he doesn't know you.
Who's Gilbert?
He wouldn't let me join.
the other jailers, I think. Yeah.
He wouldn't let you join.
No, it was only because of Shay that I could join.
Well, that would explain why he didn't bring you to train with me when you joined the Vanguard.
Yeah, I was staying with Shay. Well, if you're gonna go talk to him, I'm just gonna go into the Emporium.
I'll take care, and I'll see you soon, Alethea.
Bye, Balfour. Bye, Tom.
Bye.
Hey, Cloud Lady.
So Hayes has gone to speak with her uncle. David, where are you going?
I'll just see everyone's not really going anywhere. I'm just probably going to join back.
Exotic eats.
What?
Got a Fog's exotic eats.
Why?
Check out the menu.
That's actually not a bad shout.
I didn't catch that. What?
I just suggested that I
Exotic
go
eating.
to
Huh?
go to the exotic eatery.
Oh yeah. You want to go see Thog?
I will go try and sample some of his food.
Quick question before we all separate, though.
Yeah.
Has Balthor seen David?
You have all met once before, but have you seen him? What now?
No, I mean when we've got to Napenthe, yeah.
Sorry, yeah, you were on the phone, Scott.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Sorry, Alex phoned me because his nano mum asked if the kids wanted to go and see her tomorrow, but he's got esports training in gaming. He's planning on doing tomorrow, so he's going to let me know. So it's just the boy returning a call.
Joys of fatherhood.
Yes.
Yeah, we saw David. David came out the tea shop and joined us for a quick stroll until we split up.
Cool.
Well, if I saw David, then Balthor would have said, "Hey, David, you bastard, where have you been?"
I've been here and there, and you don't want
Everywhere where you wasn't needed. I can't believe you just abandoned us like that. We needed you.
abandoned, reprioritize. So these are just words.
Yes, but words are all we have. And my word is as strong as iron.
But my words will take your breath away.
Well, my fist will take your breath away if you abandon us again.
Understandable, to be fair. Understandable, Balfour. Understandable.
I mean, yes, Tom.
I want to ask you, does Tom know what puns are? Because I thought of a really good one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Tom was programmed in puns before any other layer of consciousness. He has an innate pun ability.
It's like a background program that's always running, even though he's not aware of it.
I want to add in that Tom can't say David because there seems to be some sort of glitch whenever he tries and it comes out as David, because I'm pretty sure that's how Ali wants his character's name pronounced.
My apologies. I'd only...
yes, David, we were having a fight.
Oh no, it's
Lovely.
His name is David. It's just pronounced with David.
Just because I've been reading it for so long. That's David.
Change the spelling to a double E. Get rid of the I, put a double E in, and it reads as David.
Lovely.
Or just put an E on the end, or
Yeah.
you can.
No, I will remember
it.
that, because to be honest with you, my brain keeps wanting to go. If anyone's watched Schitt's Creek, my brain, or as soon as I see that, makes me want to go, "Ooh, David, David." So,
To be fair, on my notes when we first met, I have put David with an E on the end to remind me it was David.
well, that's fine. I will remember.
I just wanted to make the Averin a fight pun.
Very good.
Before we get too far away from the fact we were just in Averin, I had to get it in.
Pun inspiration.
Yay! That's what I was fishing for.
I'm treating Tom a bit like Data when he got his logic chip.
I get massive Data vibes.
I see him as a cross between Data and Crichton.
Yeah.
like early seasons Crichton.
Love it.
Aiton.
Absolutely love it. Right, so as everybody is split up individually in loads of places, and Ali has also made the wonderful second location choice of somewhere I also haven't prepared a page for. I have like 8 or 9 of the locations done, and I'll be like, now they probably won't go there. You can look at the handout and look at the pretty picture because I don't have it on a page.
Is the exotic in Thog's exotic Easter in quotes?
No.
Ah, I really wish it was. It's like it says exotic, but it's like it says it's something exotic, but it's rat.
No, in the description it does say that if you encounter strange monsters that happen to be edible, he will be quite happy to buy some exotic meats off you in the future.
Ooh.
As long as he doesn't want to eat me, we're good.
No, that's fine. He is definitely not into eating sentient creatures. But any other weird monsters and stuff. Giant spiders, or we'll have a go at those. 8 drumsticks, yes please.
I've gone back to the mine and got them.
As an ally, I love thugs already.
Yeah. I was trying to find different interesting locations to put on there, and I saw about an exotic chef, and I was like, yeah, I think that's going to scratch an itch for a couple of you at the least.
I feel like giant spider legs would be kind of just like massive twiglets. just an enormous, like arm-sized twiglet. That's your giant spider leg.
Gross.
Oh, a bit like crab legs though. Proper delicacy.
Gross.
Anyway.
Okay, so we will take it one at a time. So, Craig, first, you're at the Arcane Emporium. The two sisters, Euphemia and Valoris, are talking away in the corner, and they have not noticed you.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
And Valoris has her back to you, and Euphemia is talking to her, and she will lean round her sister, look at you two with her head, whisper to her sister, and then disappear off into a back room. Valoris will turn round and be like, "Oh, hello. Who are you?"
I'm Alicia.
I'm sorry, sweet treat. Say that again. Come a little closer.
I'm Alicia.
Aren't you lovely? Where have you come from?
Kinky tieflings.
Aren't you
No,
exotic? Come closer. Let me see you.
Come, child, let me see you.
Closer.
So,
I don't know.
I think.
Oh,
I need an adult.
So I wasn't sure, Graham, whether you were laughing, having a seizure, or sneezing. I wasn't sure.
It was a cross between both. I was sort of started to giggle and then sneezed midway through and nearly died.
That's fine. So, as Alicia moved closer up to the counter,
Yeah.
hello. What can I help you with? What do you need?
I've this scroll I've picked up from one of my travels. I'm just trying to find the components so I can try and learn it.
Oh, you're a studious one. I like it. Let me have a look. Hand it over. And she takes it from you and reads it and looks at you and reads it and looks at you. Disguise self. Interesting. And she turns around and rummages through lots of things, compiles the components for you, hands you back the scroll and the components and a price that I will work out for you later rather than do it now.
Fair enough. Presumably, if I can afford that price,
Yes.
I will hand over.
It's a lower level amount of components, so it'll only be a couple of gold pieces, if that.
I'm legitimately surprised that Kat doesn't already have a spreadsheet of the component prices of everything involved.
I have a 9-page PDF divided into departments.
That's on brand.
I know, isn't it though? But I don't really want to be faffing through 9 pages of stuff while in play with you, because I just think that would be boring. I mean, I did think about sharing it with you, which I might do just for expediency after this. But yeah, it's fun. Yes. Is there anything else you want or need, darling?
Infernal now, she's going to say. I don't suppose there's any other spells, is there?
Oh, now, isn't that interesting? Let's have a look. I don't have anything with me today, but I can certainly keep on the lookout for things. I am great at finding what you want. Let me think if there's something I can find for you. How can I get in touch with you? Where are you with, darling? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm with the Vanguard.
Okay.
Normally up in the castle.
Okay, so I'll know how to find you then, or I can send you a message.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Is there
thank you.
anything specific that you're looking for? I can find pretty much anything.
Well, I'm still fairly new, so it have to be quite a quite a low new spell. I can't do anything tricky yet.
Oh, I bet you will be able to do wonderful things. I can't wait to see it. You must keep me updated. Okay, right. I've got some things to do. My sister needs me in the back there, but if you need me, you come find me. Or maybe I'll come find you. And she turn around and disappear.
And that'll be fine for me to leave as well.
Awesome. So, next. Balthor, you are talking to Gilmert, I believe.
Yes, so I will walk over to Gilmer and shake his hand as an old friend of mine, and just be like, Gilmert, I see you smiling as usual.
I don't
I am Tom.
smile. Oh, you.
This
Sorry,
is Tom.
I'm
This is
there.
Tom.
This is what Tom would do. He
Yeah.
would immediately interrupt to introduce himself. I do
No, that's
apologise.
fine. And Gilmert will look at you, and he'll look you up and down and be like, yeah, I've heard of you.
What have you heard? Can you tell me more about me?
No.
Oh,
So,
That's
Balthor,
Gilbert.
what
then just watch his birds.
is this one of your newbies?
Yeah, this is one of the party I've been working with recently. Quite handy in a fight, this one.
And Gilmert will look at Tom again. Okay, potential. I like that. So what you been up to? What you after? And where are you going?
Well, just wanted to update you a bit of what's been going on. We was on our way back to Napenthe, and we came across. We was in Avrin, the glass mining village.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, shit was pretty bad there, really. Mine had been taken over by some cultists. Obviously, we dealt with them. I've already handed one in. We managed to capture one.
He starts. Oh yeah, I remembered you'd done that. He starts rifling through his many pockets and stuff, and like a well-worn journal. He's got be like cultists. No, I've got no notes of anything that have popped up. That may.
Well, perhaps maybe you should add this to your journal. Just an idea, Gilmert.
Yeah. He'll scribble some stuff in the worst handwriting you've ever seen. Just be like, yeah, that's interesting. I'll flag it up. What else were they up to?
They stole some of the glass. Quite a large amount, I believe.
Right. Did you speak to any of them?
Quite a bunch, really. I think
Tom
the
blew
only
up a
time
few.
Blew up.
Tom, yeah, Tom blew them up. Quite impressive. Exploded them on the spot.
And he's going to turn to Tom for the third time. Just be like, so what can you do then, Tom?
He's great at introductions.
Hi, I'm Tom.
Hi, Tom. I'm Gilmert.
Hi, Gilmer. I'm Tom.
Great.
Tom does
Sparkling
what?
conversation.
Tom does as he's told.
That is very, very useful.
Indeed.
All right. So what else are you doing? What are you up to now?
Come back for the festival, haven't we?
All right. Okay.
Just wanted to keep you in the loop on findings we've discovered out and about on our way back here.
Okay. Well, he'll slap you on the back and just be like, "Well, we're not working right now. Enjoy this festival." And he'll point at all the different things that are going on, and he'll just be like, "We'll catch up for a beer or four at some point, but let me go and mention this to someone else, and he waddles off into the crowd.
Good. I'll just turn around to Tom and say, "Well done, Tom. That's one of the longest conversations I've seen you have with somebody.
Thank
2
you.
sentences. You're definitely coming along there, lad."
Tom has questions. What's a festival?
Festival is a celebration. If you don't know what a celebration is, it's a place and an event, a thing where we all come together to have fun, to do things we enjoy that don't involve hurting people. It's a great place to meet new people and try new things.
And what's beer?
It's a drink. Like water. Just may give you a headache in the morning if you have too many, if you know what I mean.
Tom can make headache water.
Tom, you may just become my best friend.
So Tom has proficiency in brewer's supplies and
Amazing.
and can actually brew, but he doesn't know what it is or what it does because he doesn't eat or drink. It's just
Amazing.
something he can do, but doesn't know what it's
So was
for.
that Balthor just crying with joy then?
Tom, do you know how to make headache water?
If it's okay with you, Kat, I'll roll a brewer's supplies and go like this, and then make some. It's only an 11, so it's not going to be top quality.
Is it so? What does that mechanically look like? Do you have like a backpack with all your bits and bobs on?
I'm picturing he's opening a hatch and it's just constantly brewing inside him.
Yeah, like just opens his chest and there's just
Scott, inspiration for that because that's beautiful. Love that. I love
Thank
it.
you.
As long as that's all right with you, Graham, that I think is
yeah,
beautiful.
no, that's fine by me. Tom is a walking distillery that also has cannons. Like I picture him somewhat like jokingly as kind of like Inspector Gadget with all of his various like tools and things, and that he can just out of seemingly nowhere produces the tools required to do the thing he's gonna do.
Amazing. Sounds like we have a new party member
If
involved.
you're fine with that, like mechanically,
Yep.
then yeah.
If you want to brew more exotic stuff, then we can work on any additions that you want or supplies
Well,
that you need.
I'm gonna say he gets.
This is the next thing Balthor is going to say. He asked if he can make it, and then, Tom, do you need any ingredients or anything to help you make more of this stuff? We could go pick some up if you need to.
I would assume mechanically I will need to gather things like because I've obviously got my general sort of supplies and stuff, but I think part of artificering is like you only need one tool set and you can magically make those tools do kind of whatever you want. There is a thing in here somewhere with the multitude of reading that's involved with being an artificer. There it is, the right tool for the job. You've learned how to produce exactly the tool you need. With thief tools or artisan's tools in hand, you can magically create one set of artisan's tools in any any kind of artisanry. So any kind of like leather, woodwork, smithing, anything that's an artisan craft. As long as I've got thieves tools, which I do, I can magically create stuff. It does say that it takes 1 hour of uninterrupted work, but for like laughs and jokes, I assume you'll hand wave away the requirement. But if I was trying to do anything practical, then like in an adventure,
plot reasons, adventure reasons, battle reasons, time reasons, and yes, but for the laughs, I'm all up for the laughs. So
but for the laughs out of thing in an RP thing, if I want to just brew a pint,
that's perfect.
Technically I can.
Yes. That's perfect.
But yeah, I suppose ingredients would go a long way towards helping if I'm trying to create something specific, but otherwise I can basically just make alcoholic water.
Yes. So if that's it for you guys, Ali, are you available?
I'm here.
Cool. So again, I don't have anything set up for thugs because I wasn't anticipating you'd go there. So it is a tavernish restaurant. There's a great picture in the handout. Thog himself is there. There's hardly any customers because everyone's out at the festival itself. He's just clearing up all the tables and leftover from what he's been cooking before, and he turns around to see you interesting and just be like, all right,
No.
and then goes back to cleaning again.
Whatever Ali's ordered, he wants 2 of.
No, kids being dicks.
You want 2 kids being dicks?
I mean, I've got some,
Oh,
I've got some great goat on the go.
What?
Thog, my man.
Go away.
How you doing?
Business is all right.
Yeah. Oh. How about you fancy making me something different?
I can make you whatever you want as long as I've got it here. What you after?
Chef's choice. Just make it interesting.
Okay, he makes something interesting. Let's have a look. What kind of animals would he cook that don't infringe upon anyone's race currently involved? And he looks around,
Griffin
rolls
wings.
up his sleeves.
Griffin wings.
Yeah, or Peyton. Someone came in with those lovely big flappers. They are massive drumsticks. So he'll kind of go to a big pot that's bubbling on a fire and kind of look in there and go, nah, that's not ready yet. Oh, couple of kids. Did you say you want a couple of kids? I've got some goat on the go. I can do you a couple of fried kids.
I appreciated that joke the first time, but
I know, and I was telling it again. Telling it again.
I don't think anybody else heard it, and I was gonna go mad props for that joke.
Yeah. So I will repeat it again until I get an audience reaction. Hi. So yeah, he's gonna open up like a big kind of brazier grill thing that he's got going on, and there's like a big drumstick of some bird thing that's on there. But not in a Aarakocra kind of way, because that would be unusual. So he'll bring it over to you and just be like, on the house for now, mate. It's good to see you around here again.
Sorry, Kat, I missed that completely.
He's handed you some weird shit on a plate, and he's saying it's on the house.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks, Thog. You're a good lad.
Yeah, no
Good lad.
worries. If you see anything interesting out there, you let me know.
All right, I'll keep you in mind. I'll keep you in mind. You want this place a little bit busier?
What? It's usually busier, but there's a festival on, and if I'm honest with you, I'm kind of closing down because I want to go out for the finale of it all. So if you're going to chew, I mean, if you want to do takeout, I don't want to rush you or anything because I'm all about the hospitality and shit, but...
And just David just takes his hand off his guitar because he was going to offer to perform, but as he's seen he's closing down, he'll just take his hand off his guitar and go, "No, takeout's fine, man. Takeout's fine.
I mean,
thank you very much for this."
I mean, are you performing out there?
I probably will be at some point.
All right, leave me a big space. I'll come give you a holler.
No, we'll do, man. We'll do. And with that, David turns and goes out and just goes, "Thanks," with a big mouthful of whatever it was I got given.
And as you go out, you can just hear him shout out behind you, like, "All right, everyone, finish up. I'm closing up." And he will close up behind you. Angela, are you in call?
You broke it again, Angela.
Yes, Angela has broken it again. Maybe we'll come back.
Angela.
Maybe. Oh no!
Oh,
Hi.
we're back.
Hi.
Oh, hello there.
How's the chaos looking at Vukasa?
Murder isn't strong enough. I mean, what?
All there, that's fine.
Yeah.
Angela, do you want to visit some places?
Yep. I'll send you a message.
Yep.
I want to go to veterinarian.
Okay, which again I
have
do
any-
not have a page for.
That's fine. I just want to see if they've got any animal healing kits, like animal first aid kits that I can just bring along with me.
Okay. Yep, it's very quiet. There's no one there. Again, they're shutting down to come and see the festival. So you'll bump into Rickon, who's the vet and farrier, and he's like, okay, yeah, I think I've got something. Yeah, that's fine. He's very distracted because he wants to go and join the party, so he will sell you that and pretty much push you out the door, not really paying attention to what's going on. We can settle up on that later.
Yep. And then it was to the apothecary just to get some healing potions and see if they had some magic dust.
I do have a page for that one. Let me move you all there just so you get a different view of things. And this is where we have the doctor and his daughter. So we have Galen and Jocelyn. Is it Jocelyn?
Jocelyn, yeah.
Jocelyn. Okay, so you enter the apothecary and it is, as always, strange bubbling things. There's exotic smells in the air. Just glasses of things full of shelves. So as you walk in, Galen is head down studious studying his latest concoction, and Jocelyn notices you enter immediately.
Oh, straight up to her for a big hug, big high school squeal, like, ah!
And she screams back again, ah! Haven't seen you for ages!
Oh, no! Yeah, I just want to get a few healing bits to bring on my way, and then me and Jocelyn will go and join the festival. And
I can't wait. You got to tell me everything you've been up to. I want to hear all the gossip.
Everything, don't you worry.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh my God, it seems like forever. And she's like almost bouncing from foot to foot. And
Hazy's nice and quiet and chill until she's around Jocelyn, and she's literally like a teeny bopper high school girl.
yeah. And Jocelyn's just full of energy and stuff. And her dad will look up, raise an eyebrow, and go back to what he was doing. Okay, so what do you want?
I've got some healing. I need to take some healing.
Okay. Yeah. And she kind of pulls some stairs across and climbs up to look at the different healing potions that she's got. Again, I can sort out prices with you afterwards. If everyone can just kind of make a list of stuff, message me and we'll sort out the payment afterwards.
And I want to ask her, has she got any of this magic dust in yet?
Magic dust.
You know, the kind that make you sneeze or put you to sleep, or just a little bit of sprinkle a bit of dust on life.
Okay, I'm sure I could make something. I mean, it's not something I'll have on the shelves, but I could come up with some ingredients. If you tell me kind of things you want to do with it, I could probably make it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it at the festival.
Cool. Can do.
Okay.
Can do. Fun dust. I like that. Oh, different fun. Oh, magic dust, not fun dust. Okay. Okay.
Same thing.
I think me and Scott were thinking the same.
It took me a while to catch on. Yeah, no, we don't do that kind of dust. And she's like looking over at her dad.
Right, shelf dust, that'll be 10 gold.
Yeah. We'll talk later.
What kind of dust is it? The dust that makes you sneeze. Well, that's
Like
magical.
regular dust.
I'm sure we can work on exactly what properties you want your dust to do, and I'm sure I can
Ground
make
up
it.
Rohypnol, that's sleep dust.
I'm not sure whether that's funny or disturbing or both. Hooray! So how many healing potions did you want?
Just a couple.
Just a couple. Let me double check where I have put my prices.
Do I get discount because she's my BFF?
Yeah.
Best friend forever.
And
I feel like this is another of Hayes' affected personas.
Probably.
It's just like she probably doesn't even look like Hayes when she goes in. Like whoever this Jocelyn knows, it's not the same person. that we do.
Jocelyn is the only person, apart from Hayes' mum and dad, that has actually seen Hayes' real face. So when they're alone, they spend a lot of time together. So when they're alone and everything, it's like, you'll have guys that'll hold in farts and they finally get to release it. Well, that's like Hayes. She finally gets to relax and go back to her real face for the first time.
So she's secretly like a bubbly tween that gets really excited around her girlfriends.
Just around Jocelyn. They've got a special connection.
cool. Well,
Yeah, we don't hold a special connection.
Ew.
Bow wow.
I will find the prices for you later.
Yeah, no worries. I've looked on Roll20 and they've got dust of disappearance, dust of dryness, and dust of sneezing and choking. So we can
Lovely.
figure out whichever later.
That's cool.
That
That all just sounds like normal dust.
It does a little bit. Depends on how much you shove at people, doesn't it?
This shopkeeper is bilking people like, "Oh, I've got this special magic dust," and she's just sweeping the shelves into a pack.
What I will
Work smarter, not harder.
What I've done is there's now a section called shopping that I'm going to give you access to. So that is a PDF of 9 pages of shopping shit. So there's a lot of stuff there, and that's another reason why I don't really want to sit and look through it now. But
We can't afford any of this, guys.
oh no, some of it is not bad at all, and because you're in Napenthe itself, I'm going to say it's all normal cost. Mates rates will get cheap cost, and there'll be other places where it'll be more expensive. But Napenthe will just be normal cost, so we can cost up that later. I'm sure we can work on all the kind of different dusts that you want.
Dust, everyone, dust.
Cool. So she will just say, "Oh, we can. I'll do that later. I'll work on it later for you. I know I've got something in the drawers here, so we can sort that out. Hang on a minute." And she grabs it all for you now, and the healing potions, throws it at you and says, "You can pay me back. Pay me back later for it. We'll sort it out."
I got you, girl. Now let's go. Come on.
Cool.
I want to dance. I want to enjoy the music.
Cool. So you rush out arm in arm, and again, her father will just look up, roll his eyes, and go back to work again.
Bye, Mr. Jocelyn's dad.
Bye, Hayes. Cool. Right. Back to open house. Anyone want to go anywhere else?
Yes, please.
Who was that? Where would you like to go, Balthor?
I would like to go see Dimple Dust,
Dimple
please,
Dapple Dust.
at the blacksmiths.
All right. I do have this one. Where do I have this one?
Tom, let's go to the blacksmiths.
Okay.
It's nothing to do with colour, though, Tom. He won't be black necessarily, so don't. Just be careful what you say.
You searched me before we got there.
I'm starting to learn that Tom
The
needs
first thing Tom was
clear-
going to say was, "But Balthor, he's neither black nor called Smith."
How we get demonetized and cancelled.
No one would pay to watch this.
No.
Critical role, I guarantee you.
I would say we can only dream, but that would terrify me to the point of
Giving in DMing. It's like-
yes. So you enter the blacksmiths, and Rickon is there as well, who was previously at the vets, but he's closed up after Hayes was in there, and is now sat watching Dimple finish up so that they can go to the festival together. And she is, as always, up to her.
Am I supposed to see anything on the map? Because I've just got a black screen on mine.
Oh,
I had that with the magic shop that Alithia went to. I just
Yeah.
had to refresh, and it loaded
Oh.
in the picture with the tokens.
maybe give it a
I'll
refresh.
refresh.
It might just be a Roll20 issue. It was for me before at the other shop.
Yeah, Roll20's
And
had issues
I
today.
can currently see, I can see the inside of the shop with the which I actually really
Looking.
quite like, is like the tokens of who's in the building at the side. It's like an
Yeah, I
old
love
school,
that.
like RPG setup, and it's really, really cool.
Well, Scott
So
inspired
respect for
me
that.
with the
That's
with the last
probably what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, well, Scott inspired me with the last Evilthon where you had the picture for visual purposes, and I've been using these pictures specifically in the handouts. And I looked at actually doing floor plans and stuff, and I was like, well, no one's going to be moving their token around. And the maps that I found
It's a
were
waste
great.
of time and effort. Yeah.
So I was like, I love these images.
Every shop is the same shop with different tokens popped
Yeah.
in the same shop.
The only one I do have floor plans for is the pub, because it's a bigger hub that there will be lots of different people
Tavern
you might want to go.
brawl.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't have stuff necessarily set up in there, but because it's such a hub, then I thought you may want to spend, and I don't know. But either way, I do love all these images, AI generated, by the way, because that's my other new obsession.
You're giving them too much power, Cat. You're giving them too much power. It's going to be Skynet all over again.
And I, for one, welcome our new robot overlords.
I mean, could they be any worse than what we currently have?
Just saying, possibly.
Anyway, let's not get political on the show.
No. So yes, Dimple is in the middle of working on something.
My map currently is the mine, just so
Oh.
you know.
The mine.
Yeah, I'm still on the bridge on my map where I grapple hooked somebody. That's what map has come up on mine.
Let me.
You don't have GM privileges for the game, do you? So that you're...
No. Can you?
Oh, it's changed now. Yeah, perfect.
That's weird because the player's ribbon was there, but I've just dragged you individually because you're special.
I am very special. I'm dribbling.
So, Rickon is sat on a bench, just quietly watching, and Dimple is hammering, and she's got arms everywhere, intensely concentrating on what's going on.
Walk in, just be like, Dimple.
She's in the zone.
Dimple.
What the fuck? What's that?
Thomas Fire and Blanks.
Oh! Hi, Arthur.
Dimple, I've got a little job for you if you have got the time.
Yeah, hang on. And a bit of her hair just caught on fire when she jumped there, so she just like pats it out.
Tom starts fixing the hole he's just blown in the roof.
Okay.
Dimple, this is Tom.
Hi, I'm Tom.
Say hello.
Hi, I'm Tom.
Now.
Have you just go Tom Legs and just like you?
Yeah, sure.
So Tom is.
I'm stood on a table.
So both Tom and Alithia are unusual. Hayes is as well, but because of her changeling nature, keeps that under wraps. So how long has Tom been in Napenthe? How much do you get around? How much do people know of you or know you?
I think that when we discussed it pre-starting, we said, did we say a few weeks or a few months? Like it's been not very long. Like Tom's been alert and awake for enough weeks. Let's say 3 months.
Mm-hmm. So you
and he probably spent a couple of weeks wandering. So a couple of months, yeah.
Okay,
2 months.
So word of what you are may have spread around, but not everyone may have seen or met you yet.
Quite potentially. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And on the same subject, Alithia, being the unusual one of your species that you are you widely travelled?
Nope.
So
No, she'll have. I think we said she's been in the Vanguard for a year or two, but she generally just stuck.
Library to room to chaise to library to room to chaise. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, word may have spread, but no one's Okay, that's fine. So Dimple will know that Tom is part of the Vanguard, but may not have actually seen you this up close and in person before. So, being a blacksmith that she is, of course, instantly fascinated. And as she's talking to Balthor, she'll be walking round in circles around Tom. Just be like, "Hi, Balthor. And this is Tom. Cool. Cool, cool. How's that connect?" And she's like whispering under her breath, almost trying to work out how you're put together. Whether that's rude or not hasn't occurred to her, but she's almost like not necessarily poking at you, but mentally trying to work out how you work.
I don't know whether Tom would notice.
No.
I don't think he would. I don't think he'd pay any attention to it. He's used to
That's
people
what we
staring.
did.
He's used to people staring because pretty much everywhere he goes, people stare at him. That's why he got so used to just introducing himself to everyone because they're always there. Like, what the hell is that thing? So it's like, "Hi, I'm Tom." And
Cool.
that's why he's so used to introducing himself to everybody.
So she'll just be walking around looking at him as she's talking to you.
So I will take my shield and my sword in my hands and say, "I want you to be able to make me stick this onto the shield so they are one item, please."
And she'll stop.
So a scabbard in the shield.
And she'll stop. And then come over to you and just be like, "Okay, so you want to show me?
So when I've got my shield here,
Shield.
I want to be able to put my sword so it'll rest into the scabbard onto the back of the shield.
On the back. In front of your arm or behind your arm? Would you put your arm round it or behind it? 'Cause
I
one
would
of
like
the
my
ways-
I would like it flush with the shield and then my hand.
So there'd have to be a guard there to make sure you're not going to cut your arm as you put it in. So it's not going to affect the
Yeah,
weight
scabbard will be
balance.
fine. It's a
And she's
little
gonna-
scabbard
and you're
there,
not going to pull
but
it out. She's already talking to herself now. So she's trying to work out in her head the balances and making sure the joins go here, and that's fine. Cool. Yeah, that's fairly quick. Do you want to leave it with me now?
here you go, and he'll hand them both over.
Okay, cool. Now this is going to be interesting. I love the workmanship on this. All right, interesting. I will come and find you when I get this done. And she'll look over at Rickon, who's just like, because he really wanted to go and do stuff, but he knows that she's not going to move until she's finished this. So he'll just nod quietly and sit there waiting, and she will.
Tom will have been listening intently to that and would like to offer to help.
Cool. Now that's interesting. What can you do then, Tom?
So, out of character,
Yeah,
Tom. Tom has proficiency in leatherworking, woodworking, brewing, smithing, and thieves' tools. So he could theoretically, with smithing, leatherworking, and woodworking, be able to help with that. So yeah, Tom just says, "I don't know. Tom can do the things that Tom can do. Tom can do many things. Tom's still trying to find out the things that Tom can do." But for some reason, Tom feels like that's something that he can do.
All right, then. If you come over here, we'll work on this together. I'll start on it, and then if you want to jump in, because you feel like you know it, then we can do that.
Okay.
So if you want to wait, Balfour, we'll do it now. And on that, I am
Well,
just going to go and take a small comfort break.
Cool.
Discuss anything. I will be back soon.
Meta.
Well, I mean, Balthor will be making notes of what he can see Tom do, because he doesn't know what
That's
Tom can
good.
do himself yet. So
No, the way I'm sort of trying to play it is if something happens that I know, because I know Tom's character sheet, that Tom might be able to do, Tom will have some sort of weird feeling that it's something that he knows how to do, but he doesn't know how he knows how to do it or how good at it he is.
Yeah,
Just
like a familiar
it
feeling.
feels familiar, but he's not sure why or how, or whether he'd be actually any good at it. It's just those are the things that he has proficiency in, like on his
Is
character
it
sheet.
quicker
So
to
meta-wise,
say what you're not proficient in? It sounds like you're quicker to say the things you're not proficient in. That
Jack
list
of
is
all trades.
insane.
So Tom has proficiency in thieves' tools, tinker's tools, smith's tools, brewer's supplies, leather workers' tools, and wood carver's tools. So he's
Nice.
proficient in 6 different forms of toolery. He's a very
That's
proficient
amazing.
tool.
I'm
He also
proficient in.
speaks Common, Elvish, and Goblin.
Wow.
I mean, we have a lot of it covered because I'm proficient with mason and jeweler's tools.
I'm guessing Hayes will be proficient in
Hayes
what's
is
it?
proficient in thieves' tool, disguise kit, forgery.
That's
kit.
it, disguise kit. Yeah,
that's
disguise
what
kit and
forgery
forgery.
is.
We've covered practically every artisanry possible.
Good to know.
I have none. I have 0.
Tom has 6 different tool proficiencies, so it's like there's lots of things he could be good at. He just doesn't know until somebody tells him.
Yeah. This guy's getting about 4 different instruments for me.
Tom cannot play an instrument, to be fair. He does speak 3 languages.
If Tom's gonna be, if Tom's helping, then both I'll just say, Tom, do you want me to leave you here, and I'll carry on with what I want, and I'll be back soon.
Tom's happy to stay if you need to leave.
Well,
There's one or two things I still need to do, but I mean, if you're happy here,
Tom would like to try.
and I'm pretty sure that Dimple will enjoy your company.
oh, very much. We're new friends now.
Just remember who brought him, Dimple.
I will. I won't forget. And I'll get this done
Next se-
and I'll bring it out to you.
Next session, rescue Tom from the blacksmith that's imprisoned him.
I want to improve him.
We have that technology.
Okay, is there anything anyone else goes? Because we'll start rounding some stuff up to move on to other things, but I want to make sure that everyone speaks to everyone they need to speak to.
I'm good.
I'm good.
The
I would
only
like to.
last
Go, Craig.
shop I'd like to go to is just the general store for some scroll cases and parchment.
Okay.
And I would like to go see Hilly at the general store as well.
Amazing.
I unfortunately also need parchment and pen, but I'm hoping I can maybe just pick that up on the way.
Steal it from Alithia when she's not looking.
I'm going to say you don't need a pen. There's no need for pen or ink around me. That's one thing I've got.
These are private letters that she writes home to her parents, so she needs her own.
Alethea's half squid.
Stop looking at which NPC you can dibs.
I've already found the one I'm dibsing.
Oh, I need to know that now, just for curiosity's sake.
So do I need to give approval. Which one?
Enfamina,
Euphemina. Oh, okay.
That's the tiefling.
the redhead tiefling, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
Okay. So, can everybody see the general store?
Yes, I
Right.
can.
Yes.
Beautiful. So, this is your typical general store. We have the 2 halflings in charge, Healy and Neelan, and Bartholomew Finch is there, who is like the librarian, bookshop owner, and he has an armful, just an armful of like disorganized paper shit. This guy is just the poster child for disorganized, distracted.
Is it Hugh Grant?
No, I would actually say more like if David Tennant's Doctor was incredibly scatterbrained.
Right.
That's
Also,
my image of him.
I'm thinking Good Omens, both the characters together.
Not evil though.
No, not evil. No.
But he is there just sorting out some general stuff as well. But he's trying to juggle it all with all these things that he's got. So, yes. Who wants stuff? Hilly will come up to you, be like, "Hi, how can I help?"
Places I need to I've got this scroll. I need to just protect it.
Okay. And she'll look at it. Scroll cases, scroll cases. I think I have some. And she'll lean down under a table, pull out a big case. Through it. Yep, I've got one here. How many do you need?
Just a couple, please.
A couple.
Just.
Okay, she'll hand you a couple.
And then have you got any parchment? Is he not taken it all, has he?
No, he's got some parchment, but he's actually got like actual books and stuff as well. So he's carting around some like documents and things, not just empty parchment. And she's like, no, I've got plenty of parchment. How much would you like?
Well, I'll take a good, 20, 30 sheets if you've got it.
Yeah, I've got plenty. And then she'll kind of like, okay, I'm sure I've got some. Hang on one second. And she'll turn round to her husband and then just shout, Nathan, where's the parchment? In just like a completely different voice as the customer service one that she's been using.
Lovely. Are you okay there with all that paper? Do you need a hand at all?
So while Hilly is off looking for the parchment, Bartholomew will look at you. And how familiar are you with him?
I was wondering whether she's met him or not, because obviously it was his father's store, grandfather's store, or something.
Grandfather's store.
So she knew the grandfather, wasn't really sure of him.
Okay. So he will look and be like, oh, Lithia. Yes. Hi. Juggles the paper from one onto the other.
Are you okay with all that? Do you need a hand?
No, I'm good. Although, right, you're an interesting person who's into interesting things, aren't you? Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, what festivals? That's the latest thing I found. Festivals. Now, hang on a minute. And he puts the stuff on the ground and starts organising it into piles. But you'll find this really interesting. I found a great document about stuff that led me on to some elven... No, that's not important. That's not about this one. And he's muttering to himself, sorting through all these documents. There's now like 6 piles around and he's like shuffling through it. There's obviously some order going on, but it's not anything that anyone can notice. And he's muttering to himself, looking over these things. And then he'll just go, aha! Found it! And he'll hand it to you.
What is it?
And
thank you.
it is a book for you, Alithia. Bear with.
How did you know?
And it is called Festivals of Cambria, a Traveller's Guide to Celebrations and Traditions. And that's on your bookshelf.
It is.
It is. And bear with me one moment as he is sorting through various things. There is paper everywhere. And as well as this it's a kind of beaten up pamphlet book that he hands you by the ever popular author Glimble Trickletop.
Yeah, I've noticed he's got a few books.
You'll notice that there's something else that's been caught up with it. But by the time you've looked up, he's shuffled all his shit back together again, and he's just been like, it's nearly time. Have I shut the shop? Shit, have I shut it? Did I shut it? Do I need to shut it? Maybe. Come and see me later if you want to, but I might not be there. And he'll pick up all his documents and he'll just say, Hilly, I'm all right. I've got all the stuff. No, you've already given it to me. I don't need it. And he'll just walk straight out.
As he walks out, that's when Balthor, because he's been at the blacksmith as well, will walk into the general store.
Just be like, Balthor, hi, bye, and he's gone. Unless there's anything
How
you wanted to
far
say
are
to him
you?
on the way through.
Strange man. No, I won't say anything. Strange man. He'll mutter to himself as he walks past.
Out Alpha.
Hi, Alethea. How are you getting on?
Yeah, I've almost got everything I need to learn that stuff you gave me.
Fantastic news.
And at this point, Hilly will come back with all the parchment that you're after, and they go, "There you go, Alethea."
Thank you very much. How much do I owe you? Etc. All the
Yeah.
costing bits.
That's fine. Anything else? Oh, Balfour, hello.
No,
What time of day is it?
It's going to be later afternoon now, so we are approaching the evening. The sun has just started setting, so it's just turning slightly darker outside.
Afternoon, Hilly.
Yeah.
And
she'll be like,
Balfour will just
"No, that's
walk
great.
over.
I found it, Ethan. Shut up. Yes, hi.
Balfour will just walk over with a bit of scrap paper where he's just written a list of what he wants, and he just puts it on the counter. Could I have this, please?
Okay. Got those. We got those. I think we've got those.
I could tell you what's on the list. It will be bag of flour, a flask of oil, healer's kits, any sort of like if they've got any adventuring gear, just general gear, then it'll be like ball bearings, caltrops. One second, let's get my list, which I had a second ago. And yeah, and if I can, mason and jeweler's tools.
Okay, that's quite a list. Looking through it. Adventurer's gear. I might have to speak to. Is it Hilda? I want to say from the Adventurer's Haven. She's got the more specialist stuff, but
I'll go there. It's okay.
she's already shut up now. Because I saw her walk by earlier, but I can sort that for you. I can package it all together and make sure that that comes to you.
Pick it up tomorrow if that's okay, Hilly.
Yeah, that should be fine. I'll make sure it will be in the shop, so you can just come and pick it up from that area at the front. That'll be fine.
Yep, I'll see you tomorrow. Are you ready, Alethea?
yeah, are you going to the festival?
Good idea. Oh, learned something interesting today.
Oh yeah.
Tom makes his own beer.
Oh, I can't drink the stuff. I have wine sometimes.
He may be able to make some wine for you.
It's okay. I can make my own.
Fine. Just an idea.
Thank you, then. Should we go? Should we go?
Does that mean you can make me beer also?
I can make your water taste like beer.
No, I want beer, not the
Oh.
taste of beer. But thank you,
Oh,
Alethea.
no.
Very kind of you.
One's Bex, not Bex Blue.
Let's go. See you around. See you in the morning, Hilly.
Okay, I'll see you then. See you again. I'll have it all sorted for you by then. Don't worry. Is there anything anyone else wants to do?
No.
Okay.
Okay, we will go back then to the town square. Now,
Just shout. Just as we leave, I just want to shout, "Stay strong, Neelan."
and in the background, fine. That's all right. Just muttering in the background. David, are you performing on the square? Have you met up with any other bards? Are you performing a solo, a group effort?
Oh, I'd imagine I would have found one of the bards I'm friendly with, and we've started just rocking out together.
Sweet.
So you're probably going to hear this stupidly heavy metal riff, just full of bass, fill the square.
Do you want to give me a performance?
Oh yes.
Oh, it's absolutely divine. You have a great audience, And as promised, Thog is right at the front of it, moshing along with everybody else. Absolutely loving it.
Yeah.
Is everybody else, have you all met up together? Are you looking at things individually?
I will say to Alethea, Tom's busy having his own fun at the moment. He'll meet up with us later. But if there's anything you want to do, I will follow you. I will. Let's go enjoy ourselves.
Was David performing? It'd be nice to see him putting on a show.
I can hear something.
So head towards whatever stage or it is he's putting on his show.
Cool.
Think he's on the pyramid stage.
Nice.
Not the other stage.
I love it. Hayes?
Hayes and Jocelyn are already there,
Cool.
washing away in the crowd,
Amazing.
living
Amazing.
their life. If the others turn up, she will be like, hi, and just carry on dancing. She's not going to introduce Jocelyn to them,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, she's still dancing with Jocelyn, but she's joining in with everybody else as well.
Awesome. And Tom, have you finished in the blacksmiths now?
Has anybody told me I'm finished in the blacksmiths? Like, has anybody come to collect me? Has the blacksmith dismissed me? Otherwise, Tom will.
Dimple, when finished, will kind of push you out of the door.
Would she give him the sword and shield and say, "Take this to Balthor"?
Yes.
Okay, well then, Tom has then thus been given a purpose, so we'll be actively looking to try and find Balthor.
Okay. So we're all on the market square now. Now I am going to everybody aboard the choo-choo train. I don't want to do this too often, but we're going to have something like a cutscene. So bear with me as I exposition dump on you and paint you a word picture that I have written. Angela, I have sent you a message.
Awesome. I shall read that now.
Cool. So,
Private.
as the festival
Anyone
reaches
feel
its
less
climb,
important? Does anyone else feel less important right now?
In character, bro.
I'm in character as Tom. Tom doesn't care
Nice.
about
Okay.
basically anything.
As the festival reaches its climax, the air crackles with excitement and joy. Laughter and cheers echo through the streets of Napenthe, and you find yourself caught up in the euphoria of the moment, surrounded by a vibrant tapestry of colours and sounds. But then subtly, the atmosphere shifts. The sky darkens as the sun sets, as if a shadow has spread its wings over the sun. The jubilant crowd fall silent, and their gazes and yours are drawn upwards to witness an awe-inspiring spectacle unfolding before you. Shooting stars blaze across the heavens, the trails shimmering with an ethereal beauty. And as you watch in wonder, the stars' radiant light grows more intense, painting the night sky in hues of blue and purple. Vortex-like ripples distort the sky unlike anything you've ever seen before, and a sense of foreboding tingles at the edge of your conscience. Can you all roll a perception check for me, please?
No.
Nope. I just make characters that aren't good at
Oh, this
Aren't
is my
most
first roll of the night. How bad is it going to be?
a 1.
What was it?
An 18.
Oh, that's all right. I'll take that.
Okay.
12.
Is it with disadvantage due to the messages sent me? Am I distracted?
Yes, you're distracted. Okay, so for... Let's have a look. Alethea. What was your first one? Is that... Alethea
Yeah,
and Hayes
Disadvantage.
only. When you look at the sky, the ripples look almost like rips in the sky, and you are sure that you see something flying out. The rest of you find something unsettling about the way that the stars swirl. But before you can fully grasp the implications of this phenomena, your attention is abruptly drawn back to the radiant spectre in the sky. Among the shooting stars hurtling through the sky 2 larger meteors blaze with an unworldly brilliance that's getting brighter. Can you roll me insight checks?
Ooh, that's nice.
I am far too into my fucking solo.
Okay. So, the mood of the crowd shifts, and there is a cry of alarm as someone behind you notices that the meteors are getting closer. Balthor, Hayes, Alithia, you can see that these things are hurtling towards you with incredible speed. The crowd starts shifting. There's a mood that's changed. And then it happens. The first meteor strikes with a thunderous crash. It thunders into the side of Stormholt, and the impact sends shockwaves through the ground, causing tremors that rattle the very foundations of Napenthe itself. And the meteor's arrival brings chaos in its wake. The buildings shudder. Debris is thrown into the air, raining down like a tumultuous storm. The once cheerful festival has transformed into a scene of panic and fear as people scramble for safety. But before you can react, the other meteor explodes towards the earth. Your senses heighten, adrenaline surging through your veins as you brace for impact. This time the meteor crashes just outside the town, causing the ground to tremble once more. In the distance, you hear screams and cries for help as the townsfolk struggle to make sense of what is happening. Smoke and dust obscure your vision, adding an air of uncertainty to the scene as the magnitude of what's just happened weighs heavily upon you. Now the town is teetering on the edge of disaster, and the fate of its people lie in your hands. What do you do? Roll for initiative.
That was very well done.
I don't like to do too many of those because it feels a little video game-ish, but...
That was very well done.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, I need to write this shit down. Okay, so can...
You feel the love tonight.
Balthor, what did you get? No, that's an insight.
I got a 10 with advantage, so I'm rolling good. I'm guessing Tom is giving me my sword and shield like he found us, so...
Yes. And don't worry, the items that you purchased, you will have purchased. And payment was all sorted at the same time. So don't worry about where I've said characters, oh, come back and pick it up. I didn't want to say then, but yeah, we've all done that now. You don't have to go picking through the rubble for things.
Is Jocelyn okay?
She's with you.
No, she's dead.
Well, is she with you, standing next to you?
She was with us dancing and stuff.
Okay.
And I think with the message you sent me, I would have drawn her attention because she's the only one that knows anything about it.
Yeah.
So she will have been right next to me.
Cool. So what will have happened is nothing has hit the town directly, but something has smashed into the side of Stormholt itself and in a small wooded area just outside the town's limits. You can already see smoke arising from both locations.
That's fine, but Jocelyn's okay.
Yeah. The crowd...
That's all that matters.
Yep. The crowd is panicking in the way that terrified crowds often do. So, top of the round, David, what are you going to do?
Probably go towards the meteor that's closest to us to see what the fuck has just happened. He's not 100% like he knows a meteor's crashed, but he's not knowing what the fuck basically. So he's just going to rush to it and try and see what the hell's going on.
Cool. So, are you just checking out people around you? Are you going to check on anyone in particular? Are you gathering with your people, or are you just looking around?
I'm obviously make sure the band's fine and make sure everyone that like the rest of the party is still standing.
Cool. Tom?
That'll be.
Was I currently stood with Balthur
Yes,
at the time
you'd
that
handed
this
his
happened?
you'd handed his railroad. I mean, his sword shield, 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 sword.
Swield?
Swield.
It's easy for you to say.
Swield or shard? Swield or shard?
So I know it sounded like I had a
it-
stroke there, but that's what I was trying to do as well.
In that case, if I'm currently presently with Balthur, I'd like to hold until after Balthur decides what to do, and then I'll decide after that. Like I'll go after Balthur, basically.
Cool. Hayes.
Not as a permanent initiative swap,
No.
just for now.
That's fine. Hayes.
Hayes would like to try and find the highest platform she can, stand on it, and try and shout to get some people's attention at least.
Yep.
And basically, I want to just try and tell them all, not that they're going to listen, to calm down. Getting in a panic haze isn't going to help anybody. Everybody needs to make their way to the chapel. I'm assuming chapels have an underground bit. They've always got something funky.
Yep. The chapel
So
is a
head into the
stone-built
chapel.
building as well, so it's quite large.
Yeah. Head into the chapel, make your way down to the underground, stay there. That's going to be the safest place for now. Even if it strikes a town, you'll be safe. Just get everybody in there, women and children, get them all in the chapel. We can do this. You've got the whole Vanguard here. We are here to help.
Do you want to give me a persuasion?
Oh, that'll be
With disadvantage because people are going fucking nuts.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Sorry.
Nope.
That's perception. That one. 14.
Okay, so this.
Even if just a few of us hear us and start.
Huh?
Even if just a few of them hear me and start making their way into the chapel.
Okay, that's cool. What I'm going to say is this green stage-like area is the focus where everyone was looking at for this thing. So this is where you've climbed up upon.
Yeah.
And yep, the people in front of you, there's still aftershocks happening. There's some trees that have fallen over. Excuse me. There's people screaming and running around, but a few people have heard you. And they are starting to try and move out of this panic, and they will start heading towards the chapel.
That's fine. So I would like to spend my entire turn this time just, obviously Jocelyn will have heard me, so me and Jocelyn are just going to try and gather up as many people. I'm going to tell Jocelyn to get them all in there, get them as safe as she can, and I'll find her.
Amazing. Alithia.
That's my turn.
So, first thing Olivia is going to do is summon Trailblazer and like go have a look, see what you can see outside the town. But if it can get that far or not.
It's a bit too far.
Okay, and then on the other hand, Nebula. Cloud will suddenly come down. I'm just going to hop onto it.
Old reference there that no one gets.
And then she's going to try and fly off to see what's happening from above the impact area.
Where are you going to fly to?
Well, presumably seeing where the big asteroid came in, meteor. So
one hit the side
sort
of Stormholt itself and has caved in an entire corner of this massive stone castle, and one has hit a forest area just outside.
So we're heading towards the entrance to the town, if that's any sort of like between the landing point and wherever an entrance is to the town, if there's like a.
Okay, so I mean, if you think of it, you're in the middle. You got the forest area on one side, and you got the Stormholt on the other.
Forest area.
You're heading to the forest. Okie dokie. Yeah, and Trailblazer
is just ahead of me to see what we can see.
Okay.
Scout the area.
Balthur.
Similar to gonna do similar to Hayes and try to calm as many people as I can. Try and tell them to either return home. So yeah, as loud as he can, he's just going to shout, "Calm down!
Fuck
You
off!
need to get home. Get safe. Do not run around. Find somewhere safe to hide."
Okay, do you want to roll me a persuasion as well?
Is it disadvantage again? I'm guessing.
I'm going to say this round disadvantaged. Because the more people that you can persuade, the more it will persuade other people.
So it's a 10.
There's too many people. There is screaming, there is running, someone has fallen over in danger of getting trampled, but they've managed to pull themselves in out of the way. Anything else?
No, just shouting. I mean, I've been part of the Vanguard for 50 years, so I would say I've got quite a few relationships or well known in the town, so I would be hoping that people would listen to me, so I would just be shouting to try and calm people down.
Okay. Tom.
Mhm. So Tom was holding to see what Balthor would do. Balthor's trying to calm people down, get them back into their homes. I guess. I mean, there's nobody like visibly wounded. Like nobody's been currently actively hurt or injured or anything
No,
that we're aware of.
what's happened here is there's been a lot of tremors, so people might have fallen over, but no debris has directly input here. There's smoke, there's dust, there's fire, there's panic. Oh, sorry, there's smoke, no fires here, but no actual
Would
injuries.
Tom expect Dan to be in Stormhold?
I don't know. Would he?
As a member of the Watch for the Vanguard, in theory, if he's nowhere that Tom can see, he would assume that he was there. So I would say what Tom would do is turn to Balthor and go, "I must save Dan," and then immediately break out into a sprint towards Stormholt, assuming that that's where Dan will be because he can't see him in the immediate vicinity.
Okay.
But the entire time he's running, he's just shouting the word Dan, 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 the entire way that he goes, trying to, like, either hoping that he'll shout out and say that he's over here, otherwise he's just going to head towards the castle and see if he can find him there.
Do you want to give me a perception to see if you can see him in the crowd? There's too much dust.
7.
There's too much panic. There's too much.
Too much going on.
movement.
Yeah.
You can't tell.
Cool.
Anything
So
else?
Tom's heading towards Stormholt then,
Okay.
trying to find his best mate Dan.
Top of the round, what you notice is there's another shake and Stormholt shudders. And you can feel the impact as part of it collapses. And David.
Well, David's going to hear the rest of them try to get everyone away. So he just strike up his guitar, start playing a real soft tune, and he will cast Enthrall
Ooh.
on everyone except the party.
Although it doesn't say that you can't. Can you
Creatures of your
specify?
choice. Creatures of your choice that you can see within
Okay.
range can
Awesome.
hear you.
That's amazing.
Everyone within 60 feet, apart from party people.
Okay, I like that. I am going to say that will hit because several people already have tried to persuade the crowd. So people do start. Hang on, what does it do? Are they
Basically,
charmed?
just cards. Yeah.
Charmed. Okay, and it's 60 feet.
Yes.
Okay, I like this. So the people stop screaming and they calm down. They're still uneasy, they're still not happy, there's still worry, but at least they've stopped screaming and flailing.
Yes. I'll use my talking action to go hide. Find somewhere to hide. And that'll be my turn.
Okie dokie. Tom.
Tom will continue on his mad dash towards Stormhold, trying to find Dan.
Okay.
Keeping an eye out, obviously, for anybody injured, anything weird or untoward going on as he's on his journey, but mostly just sort of
Right.
straight line as fast as possible, trying to get to where he thinks Dan might be.
Okay, so I am going to move you onto a different map. Hopefully you can see that one okay.
Yeah, it's just loading in now.
I
Yeah, I can see the map.
I've not got your token on there, so again, we'll do a bit of theatre of mind because I don't really want to. The scale
No,
on
that's
that
fine.
would be weird, but you can tell from the size of some of the furniture there what the scale would be.
Yeah, I'm at the bottom or the top.
You're at the top, because
the top.
this is where the gates are. So,
Yeah.
so I'm going to say that you've literally just arrived at the first gate post.
Okay, is the gate open?
Yep.
I head inside, all the while shouting Dan periodically.
Okay, and that's where we're going to say your movement ends for your
Yep.
turn. Are you going to do anything with your cannon now?
Not currently. No,
Just 'cause it's
there's
next in
nothing
the
to cannon.
initiative. Hayes.
So has most of the town cleared out now?
Yep, a lot of the people were charmed enough by David and followed your suggestion to head towards the chapel.
See. Is this silver anvil empty? I kind of just want to take advantage and sneak in and destroy the place a little bit. A bit of a vendetta against them.
I mean, bring
I
on
would like-
the chaos, Angela. Yes.
I would like to use my turn destroying the competitors. They've done damage to my family. I just want to knock them down a peg when they won't know it's me.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
And
Lovely.
a couple of nice shiny bracelets and jewels and everything will go in my pocket on the way, of course.
The entire town is untouched, but their shop specifically got destroyed.
Can you?
They're the ones that are putting my uncle out of business.
I'm going to need you to roll a stealth just to see if anyone notices you going in there. It will be at advantage because people are heading towards the chapel. So, yep, no one notices. You're able to sneak as you do. What are you instructing or telling Jocelyn?
Just keep getting everybody into safety.
Sorry?
I'm gonna I'll have disappeared from her by now because we're both trying to get everybody safe.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll have gone with everybody else trying to sort them all out.
Okay.
This is me just slipping off on my way past, just sticking a few things in my pocket, destroying the place a little bit, and sneaking back out.
Okay. That's fine. So have you directed her to go towards the chapel as well?
Yes.
Amazing. Alithia.
Yeah, but I know it's a waste of turn, but it is.
Okay. No, that's...
RP reasons it's mixing.
I wouldn't have expected anything less of our lovely chaos agent. And I mean Angela, not Hayes. Alithia.
So I'm currently in the air, and so's Trailblazer. I get a 50-foot flying speed on my cloud, and Trailblazer gets a 60-foot flying speed. So I'm not sure how far I'm going to get, but I'm obviously heading towards the edge of the town, and then heading.
I am no good with distances at all. So I can't even use landmarks because you guys ain't from round here. So for me saying it's as far as a little Tesco's isn't going to mean anything to you. Sorry, ye oldie little Tesco's. So you were heading from the centre.
Well, we're probably, I mean, looking at the number of shops there, or if we're in that central bit, it'd probably take me at least 2 turns to escape that area and be on the outskirts of the town in any direction.
And are you heading directly towards the smoke from that meteor hit?
Yeah, well, sort of presumably wherever the main entrance is in that direction, head for that entrance first, and then follow whatever path Soul Woodlands that would go that way.
Okay, so I'm
Just so I
just
can see that if there's anything on the road in that direction.
okay. So like the road, the way you came in.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
if that's the way we came in.
There's nothing on the well-travelled parts. This meteor has crashed in like a forested area, out beyond where people, the resident areas where people live.
Sorry, I'll
And
just.
and they would be just heading towards that if I can.
Okay.
But obviously limited by movement.
Yep, no worries. I think it's probably going to take you next movement. You'll be there.
Okay.
Okay. And Trailblazers following with you.
Ahead. Leading the way.
Okay.
Slightly faster than me.
Okay, so next turn, remind me when we get there. I will show you what Trailblazer sees first.
Okay.
Baltha.
Is there any town guards or members of the Vanguard like I can see around?
Yeah, there'll be some random people. Can you give me a perception check, please?
Let's say 20 because I've still
20.
got disadvantage turned off.
Yeah, as
Hold on.
you look around, there are various members who are around. Whoever with a 20, whoever you want to see, you will see. So if there's any
Well,
people in particular.
I would just like to see any, like say, guards or any members of the Vanguard, because being a officer in like the forces and being doing this basic training, I would have not authority, but some good dealings and maybe the respect of a lot of these people. So I would like to then sort of marshal the troops to all work to get as many people safe and calmed down as possible. So dishing out orders or at least suggestions to guards, members of the Vanguard I can see around of keep the people calm.
Cool.
They could end up running into danger.
So
We need to get them safe.
you can see Gilmert from before, almost like through the crowd, and he immediately spots you, and you can tell that he, like yourself, has gone into control mode. So he acknowledges and nods, and you can see him fall back on the same training that you've had, as he also directs. And that you look somewhere else, and there's the other, there's Vonrig, who's another of the dwarven fighting elite, who again you acknowledge, you see, and it's almost like the machinery of order and control come easily to you as you, between the three of you and a few others you can see, start shepherding people to get them to safety and scoping out if there's any buildings in danger, that kind of thing.
Yeah, the idea is those that are in earshot of me hear me.
Yep.
And then they pass that message on to any
Yes.
other members of the Vanguard to kind of get that message starting to spread through the crowds to settle everybody down as best as we can and get them somewhere safe.
Yep. I haven't come up with anything. I've also never been in the military, so this is for you to decide. Is there something that you would have had, like code words? Do you do like they do in the movies with like hand signals and shit to pass a message along?
Oh my god, Chinese whispers.
No, it'd just be like shouting at the top of my voice, just
Good old fashioned bellow.
trying to,
Love it.
yeah, just trying to drill sergeant-esque, just trying to get people who maybe aren't focused, who should be focused at the moment, to do their job, keep the people safe.
Awesome, that works.
Drill sergeant.
You can see that the majority of people are heading to the chapel. The doors of the chapel are open, and the Napenthe cleric Sanris is stood outside. Also, the cleric from the Vanguard, who is a towering dragonborn character, is stood outside as well. So they are shepherding people in. Sanris especially looks very shaken and preoccupied.
So that will be everything I'll be doing during my turn, just focusing on that.
Cool. Okay, we're back to the top of the round again. Another ominous rumble and an ominous shake. And David, your turn. Where are you and what do you do?
What? I'm not 100% sure right now, to be honest with you. I will just hold my turn until after Balthor. I'll just be continuing to play as I did last time.
Cool. So you are still playing and enthralling the people who are now calmer in the face of there's still a few aftershocks. There's still smoke rising. It's still really not great, but it could be a lot worse. You have managed to calm people down, and they are, for the most part, walking to safety under a level of calm. But you're going to hold your turn till after Balthor.
Yes.
Tom.
Tom's still pretty one-track mind on what he was doing, so continuing into Stormhold now to see what you can see going on.
Okay. Do you
whilst
want a token
simultaneously
on the
looking
map,
for
or
Dan.
do you want to ping me as to where you go?
Well, I would think if I'm coming in here,
Yep.
assuming that this is where the impact appears to be,
Yep.
I would probably head in that direction.
Okay, so what you can see is this entire corner of the internal structure of the building has collapsed. There are 3 floors. It's kind of hit at an angle, and you can see this here itself. There are massive plumes of smoke. The foundations have been shook. The second floor above it has also just started to collapse. So you can see that there is real instability there. And yep, it's mostly abandoned because most of the Vanguard were at the festival. But you are looking for Dan. So as
Specifically, yes.
So as you have entered, you said you got to about here.
Yeah, sort of towards there, and I can see where the impact seems heaviest. Anything I can see in the general vicinity that appears threatening other than the general damage?
No, it's just the damage is significant, and really. The outer defenses. You can see this is the direction it kind of came in for and hit the bottom there. So it's just the general instability of the building. There are still aftershocks because it's just not stable. But the general, what's the phrase? It's not the architecture of the building, but the structural integrity of the building means that it is open. So this is actual rubble from the building, as the walls have collapsed in on itself.
Okay. Presumably so much structural damage that mending will do absolutely nothing to assist.
Absolutely nothing. Not in the short term.
Yeah.
With
No,
concentrated magic from some higher level magicians, maybe in the future it will be fixed, but nothing you can do now.
Not from a level 3 artificer, no. Okay.
But you may be able
guess
to.
then...
You may be able to physically stabilize the building.
If I'm able to, if it's something I'm possibly able to do, I will attempt to prevent the building from collapsing as best as I possibly can.
Okay.
If it looks to be like, if there's like one specific wall that appears to be leaning so much it looks like it's about to collapse, I would try and hold the wall up, I guess.
Yep. Just bear with me a moment. So are you actually going to approach that specific part of the building?
Yes.
Okay, so I can and will move you to a different map now.
Okie dokie.
So this is an uber-duper close-up. And I will leave you to assess the situation for next turn. But you can see that there are 2 who are trapped beneath rubble and the general state of the things. Next is Hayes.
Okay, so we thought we saw something fly out of one of the rips in the sky earlier on.
Yes.
What direction did it look like it was going? Was it towards the storm hole or towards?
No, just away from you over the horizon. You couldn't identify
Right.
what it was, and spoilers, with a 20, you would not have been able to advise what it was, but there is something that happened.
That's fine, because I don't know if I'd go towards one of the meteors, just because to me it's hit, it's done. That's the way I think of it. Is a meteor's hit there, that's already done. So I don't know if I'd go towards that. I'd probably head towards the direction that I saw the thing flying out the sky. But if it looked like it was going to be miles and miles away, then I will just.
Give me.
I'll just
Can
go to-
you give me another perception as well?
Yes.
16.
16.
Okay. What you would have noticed as well, and it's still happening above, is that part of this festival is to view the stars and the shooting stars. But when you saw these two meteors come down, you can see that these shooting stars are still happening, and they are falling everywhere. So the deduction is that it's not just these two that have hit here, but
There's going to be more.
there is stars, there is meteors falling across the realm.
Okay. I don't know whether to just go towards where the first meteor hit and just head towards it anyways, because I don't generally know what Hayes would do at this point apart from waste every single one of her turns trying to get everybody into safety.
It depends on kind of what you believe her character would do. You are part of the Vanguard, as opposed
Yeah,
to.
I'd have to help.
I mean, if you want to, you can go into the chapel, because there are people in there you can speak to who know things. There are people in there that you can calm down, so you can do some more social stuff.
Okay, so I'll use this turn. Next turn, I'll start heading towards places. So for this turn, I'll go into the chapel. I'll have a word with a few people, tell them to basically that this is going to happen all over. It's going to happen everywhere. Send a select few people out to neighbouring towns just to give them a heads up with a warning, make sure they're okay.
Yep.
Do what you can. I need to get out there and I need to go and do some things, but please try and get as many people safe as you can.
Cool. So I have moved you onto the image of the chapel, just so we can remember where you are and where everybody is.
Beautiful.
I know, it's lovely, isn't it? Is that your turn for now?
That's and I will also be asking if anybody's got any horses nearby that I could temporarily acquire.
Okie dokie.
And then I would like to, obviously, my next turn, I'll spend all my action, my movement, everything to get towards the nearest meteor that hit.
Right, cool. Alithia.
Oh.
So
Flying towards Impact 2.
okay, so we have someone else on a different map.
Sorry.
That's fun. No one ever does what they think they were going to. Just bear with me, because okay, I have. Okay, I am going to move you onto this map. It's got everybody's token on here, but only yours and Trailblazers, of course, will do that. But I've added everybody for my convenience. So who are you? Who are you? Which one of the many are you? You're Alithia. Okay, so can you see this map?
I can.
So this is what Trailblazer sees. You are not here yet. Can you give me... so the general scene you can see here is that there is a big chunk of rock with lots of fires that has hit in the middle of this forested clearing area. If you can give me a perception check.
Perception.
Okay, that is what you see.
Excellent. I will just keep heading towards it. So presumably, if this is only what Trailblazer can see, I've not quite got there yet.
No.
Okay. So yeah, just keep on speeding across to it as quickly as possible.
Okay. Right. So we'll deal with that next turn. Good. Balthor, where are you? You're still on this map.
Balth-
For now.
Balthor is going to continue to, as Angela put it, waste all my turns because I am going to stay there trying to get as many people safe, and that is all I am doing.
Okay. Well, people are continuing to move out of danger. The aftershocks seem to have stopped, but there is an alarming amount of smoke that is now pouring over the village from nearby various fires and shit. Cool.
We'll maybe try one thing, and I may pull out the little bit of glass we got from Averin, is it?
Averin, yep.
And I will just look through that up at the sky after all this has happened, just
Oh, I
to see,
like
because I
that.
remember it does things and see things, and I will just have a quick peek just to see if that shows me anything different. But apart from that, I am going to be staying where I am until the last person is away, safe, and no one else on the streets.
We'll say at the beginning of your next turn that everyone is safe, as a massive crowd of people can be. Can you roll me a perception for what you see through the glass? I'm going to give you advantage on that as well. That's great.
I will use my inspiration just
Amazing.
because I want to see if I.
Okay.
Hey!
Yay!
Meh, 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 meh.
Okay. With a 22, when you look through this glass, the clarity is startling, and even you as a gem cutter can't help but, in this moment of tragedy, admiring the sheer craftsmanship that's gone into this. As you look through it at the sky, it's giving you a telescopic view without being a telescope, as well as remarkable clarity. And like I described to Hayes, you can see the remnants of these shooting stars that aren't necessarily shooting stars, that are falling all across the realm now. So 2 of them have hit here, but varying shapes and sizes and speeds you can see falling across the sky. There are whirls, and you were not able to see it before, but were you with the first person?
I didn't see anything fly out. I just saw the 2 meteorites.
So this time you don't see anything fly out of anywhere, but you can see these like warping rips in the sky almost. It doesn't necessarily look solid or permanent, but there's a rippling as things are kind of ebbing and closing. It's almost on the ebb of things rather than the opening of things, so things almost look like they're finishing whatever was happening, but there's still a kind of, like if you look at oil on water, a weird shimmeriness to the sky. It's beautiful, but it's fucking weird and like nothing you've seen before.
Yes, yes. I'll be looking through there and like marveling and surprised by what I'm seeing. But then, as soon as I've had a look through that, then again, until the last person on the streets is off the streets, I will be staying there. And if it's a huge host of people, it may take a while for the last one to be somewhere safe. So I will be doing that, and then once that's done, just so you know, I will then be waiting for orders from the Vanguard of what they want us to do next.
Okay, that's going to be fun then. David, you were holding your turn.
Yes. I'm just going to see that everything I'm doing is working, and I'm just going to rush over to the closest meteor site that I can get to.
So you have 2, which is the collapsing Stormholt building and the forest.
What one's closer to?
I'm not going to give you that out. They're From your
I believe
perception,
was it not determined that they were effectively equidistant, and you just pick
Yeah.
which one you want to go to?
I'm going to
which
go
one would
to
you?
the...
Which one would you have more reason to go to?
forest,
Okay.
I think. Yeah, so I'll
I
head
mean,
to the forest.
equidistant. You got the Stormholt
Oh, true.
in
Yeah.
2 turns.
Yeah,
And I've
that's
been
true.
flying overhead.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, so Stormholt will be closer. My
Moving
apologies on that one. I told you I'm shit at
100 feet a
distance.
turn.
I told you I'm shit at distance.
Okay, I will use my turn to get to the Stormhold one.
Guys, yeah, I told you I'm not very good at that and learning on the fly. Right, so where are you? Where are you? And another one moves. Right, this one I'm going to move you to this map. Can you see that one?
I can.
Yep. So if you see my ping in the top right, the same place that Tom got to, you can
No, I've not seen your ping.
top right up here.
Oh, yes, aye.
Yep. So that's the first set of gates. As you come into it, the gates are open. That's where you get to on your first turn. And next turn,
Lovely.
we'll move you a bit closer too.
Okay.
That was you holding your turn after Balthor. Now we're top of the round again, which is you again. Yes. It's late.
I'll be making
Yes.
my way forward.
Okay, so we'll stay on this map and we'll move you a little bit closer. So we'll move you down to this area here. And like with
Lovely.
Tom, what I will describe to you is you can see the scale of things. I've not put any tokens on this map. But this is the meteor impact that has caved in.
Yep.
It's arrived through this outer wall and thumped straight into the bottom of this 3-story castle. The walls have collapsed. There is a huge amount of smoke everywhere, rubble all over the place.
Tom.
Lovely.
Dad? Dad?
I'm just going to end my turn purely so I can deal with him.
That's fine. That's fine. Next we have Tom, who is on another map. Okay, bear with. So let me just scroll down to my other bit here. Okay, so as you have got closer, actually let me put a token on this map for you as we're now in this. Let me put you at the top. Can you see and control that okay?
Okay, I can see it. Or I could see it. Hang on.
Oh,
one
I've moved it up a
sec.
little bit further just so I didn't stick you on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. I've scrolled up. Yeah, I can see and control.
Beautiful.
I think. Yes.
So there is a huge amount of smoke pouring off this, which doesn't affect you at all because you're a robot.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, but the ground is strewn with sharp metal, shattered weapons, because this was the armory that was hit, and there is unstable rubble. The meteor chunk is jagged and a little bit on fire. It's glowing and sparking with what you can identify as being electricity. And its energy is kind of sparking across the metal field, metal strewn field. So, where would you like to go and what would you like to do?
Am I aware of the individuals in the right-hand side?
Do you want to give me a perception, because there's a huge amount of smoke, which again does not bother you to breathe, but it will obscure your vision.
Obscure vision, yeah. And presumably they are unconscious and not
Yes.
currently screaming out for help.
No. I did put a little unconscious symbol on, but those symbols are absolutely
I
not.
mean, that's a 2.
That's a 2.
So...
No, so you don't see them.
I don't want to really burn my inspiration on that, but... feel like it's relevant.
I mean, you
To
could
do
investigate
so.
closer, and as part, I don't know. What would you like to do?
As a turn, let's see. So there's the opening there
Yep.
that I can see because
Yep.
it's outside of the smoke, which is going to the northeast. I don't feel like it'd be. See, it feels like meta because obviously, in reality, I wouldn't be able to see all of the goings on the map, but
Yes,
I can.
but it depends if you remember. Kind of, you're looking for Dan, but do you remember?
1 second.
Oh no, worries.
Sorry.
Oh.
Oh, hello there.
I will come. A little way back.
Oh,
What did I have open a minute ago? Did I have something open? Yes. Too many screens open. I will come back to Tom in a moment, I think. Might be wise. Hayes? Hayes gone.
Okay,
she's back.
So, I'm here. I'm sorry.
No, that's quite alright.
So, I did say I was going to use all my turn to go towards, but once I'm outside, can I see by looking at the sky if any of these falling stars look like? Can I tell which one looks like it might be hitting first?
No, they are far away. So
Right. So
the two that have hit are closer. Other ones, they look like they could be miles, tens of miles, hundreds of miles.
Right, so I would just jump on a horse and make my way to the closest one, which I believe you said was Stormholt.
Yes. I'm a little
So
distracted because Harry, oh, look at him, bless him.
I'll just use my movement, my dash.
Hang on.
Get
Right.
the bonus and
Oh, where are you going and where were you? Oh, no, you were in the chapel, weren't you?
I was in the chapel.
Yep. Did you want to speak? Did you want to speak to anyone there, or are you just making sure people are fine and heading off?
I did that all on the last turn. It's just a case of telling them to.
I was like, did you want
telling the ones that are calm to calm people down, get people to safety. Only send a select few out that you know can be trusted to.
Did you want to
get
RP?
people
Did you want to role play with any of the people there?
No, I'm good.
That's fine.
I'll tell Jocelyn I'll find her no matter what happens. Stay safe and I'll find her.
Awesome. Okay, so you are going from the chapel to Stormholt.
Yep, via horse.
Via horse. Okay, so I'm going to add you to that map. As I've said to the others, I'm not doing tokens on this one. So can you see this map?
I can.
So this first gate is where you would have got to on your first turn. But as you were on a horse, I will say that you will get up to where Graham is, which is on another map. I think you're the green one. Are you green? Yes, you're green. So you are on this map.
that's me.
No, wrong person.
Wrong person. Not that green. So who's that one then?
His should be green. I'm pink.
Hang on, who's that? Oh yeah, that's
Me.
Now, see, you're green down the bottom, but your icon on there is green. See, you're pink, but green up there. Oh, for goodness sake. So who's that one? Is that Hayes?
Yep, that's me.
Okay. So, did you see enough of the previous map to know where this is in relation to everything?
Yes.
Okay. So, I will pop a token in at the top next to Tom. Oh, I need to do that from somewhere else with you. Oh, it doesn't really matter in this case because I can't think that you're going to be changing appearances in this situation.
No, you're all good. I'm looking my human self because obviously I've been out in public and stuff, so I'm back to my human look.
Okay, I don't know why that's not connected that way.
And just clarification, the party has never seen Hayes' true self either.
No, that's fine. You're in your standard human appearance.
Yeah.
Okay, can you control that one?
Yep.
Okay, I don't know why it hasn't got the bars on it. We can sort that later.
That's fine.
Okay, so you were on a horse.
Mhm.
Horse movement. That's going to be your movement, or is horses an action as well? I'm going to say that was your movement, just on a four-legged one. So, do you have an action that you would like to do,
I
or a
used
talking
my
action?
dash to get there.
Huh?
I used my action to dash so that I could get there.
That's beautiful. I didn't know if you were doing that horse-wise. Okay, so that's where you've ended up.
Yep, that's me. That's my turn then. There's nothing else I can do.
Tom, I'll come back to you because we had a small Harry interruption.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
Who's to
that's
say
fine.
goodnight?
I'm just look at me. I'm juggling and talking at the same time.
Spinning these plates.
Who needs sleep? Right. So we were discussing what you could see and what you would logically think and do, depending on what you're looking at.
Yeah. So we determined and decided that Tom is not presently aware of said individuals.
Which Hayes, you will now be able to see as well.
Yes.
Okay. So, but that's Angela who can see that, not
But
Hayes yet.
yeah, in theory, character-wise, we can't see
Because
those
the huge amount of smoke and
individuals.
shit.
Because
Yep.
of the huge amount of smoke and shit.
Yes.
Then I think logically what I would do as Tom, given that I have nothing really that would assist in the situation that I'm presently faced with, would see the opening into the castle and go inside.
Okay. How were you going to go
I think
inside?
is what I would do. Just through this big gap here in the wall.
Are you just going to stride in? Are you going to check out the situation?
I mean, it's Tom. Tom's just going to continue going full
Screaming,
pelt on his
"Dan!"
merry way, screaming Dan, till he reaches this, I assume, form of barrier
It's
or obstacle.
it's strewn metal. Could have been swords. Who knows? It's twisted metal and debris on the floor.
But it's arcing electrical
Yes.
nonsense.
Yes.
So he would probably approach to somewhat of a degree,
Mm-hmm.
but not close enough. I guess, does he realise it's dangerous?
I mean, he's not an idiot.
No, he is mechanical and is that way inclined. Maybe he would realise it might be problematic for him. So I think then seeing that, he would go, ooh, this way's not safe. Let's go the other way. And then head sort of dash movement as far as he can get through the smoky area.
Yep.
About there.
Oh, you don't need to make any checks.
Can't see feck all, but
I'm not going to say it's like darkness, so you can see enough to move. I'm not going to make you
Okay.
choose directions and that. Okay.
sweet.
Have you noticed?
be a roundabout
Have you
there.
noticed Hayes arrive?
I think canonically speaking, I would have done this before Hayes got there.
That's true.
It's just that we came back to me because we were briefly interrupted by a Harry. So
Yeah.
I would say no because Hayes has come in after I'd have already done that thing.
Thank you very much. Hayes, you have moved over here. That was your turn. Alithia, you're next, and you're on a different map. Bear with.
Damn.
You're over here. Okay, so now Alithia has caught up.
I'd just be generally heading towards the impact zone as close as I can get before I notice if there's anything else around or if there's any dangers that are too close to approach.
Okay, do you want to give me an advantage perception? I'm going to say because you have Trailbreaker with you as well.
Trailmaker.
Trailblazer.
Just flying along, slinging.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wop, 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 indeed. So
Oh, Scott's used to those.
what you can see. Forgive the lack of a token for this one. This is what I realised at the beginning of this session. Huh? Hi.
I'm loving the little profile
Yeah,
token.
it's great because I realised that I dragged it across in the compendium. No fucking token on there. Thanks, Roll20.
Oh,
So what you can see is an owl bear, which is just a generic no profile token. I will make sure there will be one. And at the back, behind and next to the meteor, is another owlbear, but not like one you've seen before. This one is bigger and weirder. With a
so
21
the first one I can see is the standard.
standard. The other one is weirder. I mean, if you want to do some kind of insight check to see if you can tell why it's weird.
Do a like a history check or something like that.
I'd say insight.
Oh, okay, I can go insight.
Okay, insight. It's not
Oh,
because it's a
probably
different.
not an advantage.
It is exhibiting the same kind of behaviours you can see in the big fuck off weird rock that stuck out of the ground.
And I can see the big rock as well, presumably.
Oh
And
yeah,
is any features I can see of that at all?
Yep,
Anything?
it is slightly on fire, and
Okay.
it is arcing with a strange energy, which is replicated in this other owlbear, which is right next to it. With a 21 perception, they have not seen you, but you have seen them.
Okay. With that, I would like to ritual cast.
Okay.
Or I will use my what was it? I think it's on recipe. Well, no. That bit's on that.
Oh, hang on, that's a lot of reading.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just the only bit you need to read is where you can see the big 10 in the middle. It says when you cast a wizard spell as a ritual, I can use my spell's normal time rather than adding the 10 minutes as a ritual.
okay, that's cool. That's all I
So
want.
basically, I'm casting Detect Magic as a ritual, not using any spell slots, but as an action, one turn.
That's cool. And I need to do a spell save against it.
No.
Only if
No,
there's-
detect magic. You just detect the
Yeah, I
magic
was
that
going to say,
you're
why has
looking
it come
for.
up with a
Yeah.
spell
Working.
save?
I think it does for every spell, just because it'll be Craig's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, anything magical within 30 feet of him.
You can see visibly.
Okay, so the meteor that you can see is infused with magic, but not like a magic that you can identify. The
Excellent.
owlbear
Space
next...
magic.
Space weird magic!
Space magic.
Space magic! The owlbear next to it is exhibiting the same magic because it has shards of this meteor basically embedded into it. So it's like a normal owlbear that's got hit by some stuff and has turned weird and big. How's that for a great description?
It's mutated.
Yes, mutated. That's a bigger word that I should have been saying. So you have, it's a big weird space magic mutant owlbear.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Corrupted
if I've
thing.
got any movement left,
Mm.
I would just like to make sure I'm a good. I don't know how tall is that? The tallest one?
Let's have a look. And loading that. Doesn't say how big they are.
I'll say I'm a good.
It's a large monstrosity.
So I want to be at least 15 foot in the air, higher than its
Yeah.
height.
Okay, that's fine. You float out of swiping range, basically.
That's generally the idea.
That's cool.
I presume I would know if they have any sort of ranged weaponry naturally to them, but I'm going to presume they don't.
Okay,
Looking at them,
that's fine. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
I think that's a lot of things I've done. That'll do for now.
That's fine. Next is Balfour.
Continuing just to make sure everybody's off the streets.
Everybody's off the streets now.
Cool, then I will try and find who.
Except there's one guy who is determined to stick by his sword, and he don't give a shit. He is like
There's always
cool
that
as
one.
anything. Yeah, there's always one. And he's like, "No, man, I'm cool. I acknowledge it. That's fine. I'm here."
Cool, so
Alpha
then...
shoots him in the face.
Yes.
No, Balthor
He's the
will
bad
look
guy
for
in
whoever...
disguise all along. No, he's not.
Whoever is the most authoritative member of the Vanguard that I can see, I will go over to them, whoever it is.
I would say it's
And
Gilmert because
say-
that's the guy that you report to.
Then I'll go to Gilmert and say, "You can see all the stars falling. I think the Vanguard will need to organize themselves. We'll probably have to send people out, but what are your orders? Where do you want us to go?
Are people secured?
Everybody bar that clown are safe."
Well, fuck him. He looks around, and he sees Vonrig is checking the buildings to make sure they're structurally sound. The other guy that I named, I can't remember off the top of my head, is checking trees and general stuff to make sure there's no fires. He's going to say, "We got this. You go and sort out that." And he's going to
Sort
point
out
at
what?
Stormholt.
Okay, I don't suppose anybody saw where my friends went, because in all the chaos I can't say I necessarily saw where all four of them went, so...
No, I didn't.
stood here and did tried to save people. I didn't see where everybody ran off to.
No, I haven't seen anything either, but I do know at least two people, Magnus and Shay, were still at Stormholt when this thing hit.
It's surprising that they weren't here at the festival. Very bizarre. No problem. So I will then start walking to Stormhold.
Okie doke.
Not running. I will be walking slowly just to keep an eye to see if I see any stragglers or anyone else who hasn't necessarily made it to a safe place at the moment.
Okay, so
Before I leave, I'll just shout to him and shout, "Do you expect me to save things on my own? Can we not take other members of the Vanguard with us? With me?"
yeah, I mean, I can come with you. These guys have got it sorted. I'll come with you.
Yeah, I will just use my movement, but my action will be looking around, making sure that there's no children or any stragglers around, and just start walking towards Stormhold.
Okay, I will.
Running there is not going to stop anything from collapsing or anything, so he's just going to be walking and making sure everything's okay.
Okay, well, I'm going to move you to the first map. Can you see that?
I can. So am I coming from the north or the
Yep,
south?
so at the top right, I'm going to ping. This is the first entrance gate. And that's where you have arrived.
Cool. Cool, and obviously the meteorite has hit here, I can
It's
see.
hit the outer wall and then careered into the bottom corner of this was the armory. It's caved in the entire corner, and the floor above it as well is unstable and on the verge of collapse.
Cool.
So, back to no one else was holding an action, was there?
No.
No, don't believe so. Right, top of the order, David.
I will just be rushing towards the smoked area.
Where are you? You're on that map, right? Okay. So you are the green one that isn't green. So I will move you into. Have I moved you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, I'm up, yes.
Yeah, I will just put your token on there. Can you check you're at the top next to Hayes? Can you move and see that? Okay. Beautiful.
Yes.
So you have moved closer, and this is what you can see. So, as mentioned before, there's a big plume of smoke. The ground is strewn with rubble and sharp, twisted metal, and there's weird energy, electricity-like sparking, and just a general aura of like weird shit. What would you like to do?
Not sneeze.
Mm.
I would like to try and get close enough to inspect the meteor shard thing.
Okay, if you want to move yourself to where you want to go. Okay, so as you are stepping there, you'll notice that the floor is just strewn with twisted, burnt metal, and the meteor itself is glowing ominously, and the floor is sparking.
Okay, can I see what's... Is the sparking like magical in nature, or...
It's yeah, it's like nothing you've seen before.
I'm not quite sure.
Okay, as you've stepped into the room, what I will say is that you can see that there are some large pillars. There's also some piles of wood that theoretically you could use to prop up the ceiling because the floor above you looks unstable.
Right, I'd like to secure the...
Mm-hmm.
or try and secure the floor above.
Okay, so if you're going to step into the room, how much movement have you used? You were moving onto this one, so we'll say you used your movement to get there.
Yep.
And we'll carry on your next turn.
That's fine.
Tom,
That is fine.
you're on mute.
Tom will continue in the direction that he was going.
Okay,
Sorry, I have my headphone up.
that's fine.
Speaker even. Microphone. That's the word I want. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 of my 6 will get me to there.
Yeah.
So I'd be out to the other side of the smoke.
Yes.
And presumably now see the thing,
Yep.
the people.
And even though not everyone is on this map, I will say that under a pile of rubble you can see and easily identify Magnus Locke, who is the head of the Vanguard, and also the Tabaxi answered Riddle, who is like the Uhura of the Vanguard, the communications and research specialist. They are both unconscious, knocked out, as if they've both been blown out of the building and then amongst the rubble.
Tom's genuine first reaction will be, Mr. Magnus, do you require assistance? Obviously, there will be no answer
There's no
to
answer.
that.
I mean,
I will take your silence as a yes.
From Tom's point of view, they are just lying there.
Okay.
So
You appear to be sleeping under some rocks that cannot be warm or comfortable. Allow Tom to assist, and then we'll try and pull the rocks off of Magnus.
okay, can you give me a strength check?
Yeah, sure. Just a straight up strength.
Just straight
yeah.
strength.
Come on, good rolls. Inspiration.
Yep. I'm gonna say that then it's not they're not crushed under huge boulders because they'd be dead. So for the most part, they have been blown out of the building, and then stones effectively have fallen on them. So whether it was the impact from hitting the floor, the explosion itself, or getting hit by rocks, like grapefruit size. So yeah, easily you're able to move whatever rocks away from them and secure their physical forms.
Cool. Are they unconscious, like 0 hit points unconscious? Or
Yes.
are they just unconscious as in asleep? Okay. Then I will use my action to cast Cure Wounds on Magnus,
Okay.
since I'm stood next to him.
Yeah.
So that is 11 points of healing for
Wonderful.
Magnus.
Which then brings him back to consciousness, doesn't it?
Yes, if he's been healed, he would regain consciousness.
Okay, so he will, of course, instantly just be like, "Whoa, shit! Oh my god!" Bring his hands.
Wakes up.
to his head.
Hi, I'm Tom.
Hi, Tom. He obviously knows you quite well, and he's just, what happened? What happened?
From Tom's perspective, big rocks fell from the sky, and then the building appears to have fallen down, and you were asleep.
Is there anyone else? Who's anyone else around?
Tom hasn't seen anybody. I came straight here. I was looking for Dan.
He's going to gingerly sit up and notice.
There's a cat over there.
And he's just going to, oh, Riddle. Oh, turn too soon. Where's Shay?
Are you addressing? If
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
asking Tom. Oh, right, okay. I thought you were asking the cat.
No, she's still unconscious.
I've not seen a Shay. What's a Shay?
And he's going to look up and just be like, she was in the library, which is the room above the armory.
The library appears to be over there. And he'll just point into the distance where he can see some books on the floor.
Cool. Anything else that you would like to do that turn?
Actual action economy wise, there's nothing I can do, so no, I'm good.
Hayes.
I would like to, out of my backpack, I want to pull out a bit of some of the clothing that I've got and use it to tie around my nose and mouth.
Love it.
I think I've got some over my mouth anyway, just as a mask. But while I'm in my bag, is the Avril glass doing anything? Does it look like it might have any use?
You can investigate it. It's inert, so it's not like it's vibrating or making any noises.
I'll do it anyways, just to see. Investigate your no. Never mind. It's just glass.
It's just glass.
So in that case, I would like to. So I can see from where I am. Obviously, I can see there's everything going on here.
Yeah.
Does it look like if I move to there, would it look like there's a way that I can get round it?
Yeah. I mean, it's not. If you wanted to, you can move round the rubble, and stuff, because these are kind of walls that have kind of fallen through.
Right. Okay. So, so I'll be able to get to, if I use my action and then use my bonus action to dash. I'm going to get off the horse. Use my bonus action to dash. Can I get to there?
Oh, get to where? Oh yeah, yes. What I'm going to say is the floor is unstable and arcing with a very strange energy. So can you give me an acrobatics or an athletics, your choice?
I shall indeed. I got a 12.
Okay, so as you hop over this rock, it's unsteady under your foot and you fall prone.
I fall prone, right? That's fine. I've used all my movement up. So from where I am, I just want to shout, anybody else here?
I'm here. You would pass me.
Shut up.
Are we not going to hear, hi, I am Tom?
I believe Tom is on the other side of a big brick wall at this point. I mean, parts of it have fallen down. Would Tom have heard? Do you want me to roll to see if Tom heard? just for the funnies. If it's a high perception, you'll just hear "Hi, I'm Tom" back. Hi, I'm Tom.
So Tom
I'm
is
checking
off.
my mental note now. We've got Tom. We've got
You've got Tom.
David.
Tom's
Nobody else.
around. You don't know where he is because you've not seen him, but he's
Yeah,
around
I see
somewhere.
we're around.
Can you give me a perception check, Hayes?
I can indeed. Oh, yeah.
20. Okay. Even though there's this massive meteor that's kind of crackling slightly, the area itself is oddly quiet. There's no birds, no anything else. It's the stillness after an impact, after a tragedy. So you can hear a small cry for help on the floor above. It's faint. It's very faint. But you do hear something.
So can I have a free action just to reach out and touch the meteor? I'm fully aware I'll take burn damage, but I just want to just touch it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Okay, you will take some damage for that. I wasn't anticipating. I should have known that one of you fuckers would lick it or something.
Hey, I've seen enough films where when you touch the meteor, it gives you powers.
No.
I mean, I sat and watched Super Crazy Ex-Girlfriend with Harley last night.
We've been able to understand that it would have been Angela.
You'd think I would prepare for that, but I was like, no, this is a big dangerous thing. Of course, no one's going to try and lick it or touch it.
5d10.
There you
Just
go.
like my finger.
Well, we are approaching 11 o'clock. We can continue if anybody wishes. I am still on annual leave, and Mark is playing Zelda until fuck knows when in the morning at the moment, so I am happy to continue on as long as everybody else is, but I'm aware that others have to get up early in the morning. So, still
Anybody
good?
wanting to get off?
Well,
I'm good to go
that's
for
what
now.
she said.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So let's say you take 2d10 worth of damage because it's a. I know.
It's
That's
a
enough for
burning
me.
space rock hurtled from space.
Oh, go on. Give her 5d10 and kill her.
Well,
They could still be 5.
I mean, what?
I'm only touching it with my little finger, just gently prodding it.
That's not how D&D works.
2d10. I
It
rolled
took
twice.
out a castle. It's got to be at least dangerous.
I mean, it is dangerous.
I mean, to be fair though, it only took out a castle because it was travelling at a ridiculous speed. It is now stationary. That will take some of the damage away from
4,000 degrees.
Yeah.
But it could be magically on fire.
Dip your pinky toe in some lava and tell me it doesn't almost kill you.
Okay, so
I have no fingerprint left on that finger.
so
Perfect
that,
for a road.
What are you looking for?
that's a 10 to 11 roll. So I will research that properly for the next time you encounter many more of these things. Okay, so
Many more.
maybe.
Wait a minute.
That was Hayes' turn. Next we have Alithia, all alone on another map with some weird fucking elbows.
So next session, Craig rolls up a new character.
Yeah. I wasn't anticipating splitting the party in so many ways.
This is awesome.
Why?
Alithia clearly can see the magical sort of elements of the rock, but isn't so stupid as to go touching the thing directly with her
Who
hands.
would be?
But
Lots of idiot.
well, I can see there's an owlbears there, so I want to try and distract them. So I'm going to cast a minor illusion, and just the sound of say a crowd of people sort of beyond the woodline, the other side of the meteorite for me, asteroid we call it, giant rock.
So what illusion was it?
Minor illusion.
I completely forgotten the word. As sooner. Okay, so I need to make a spell save on this to see if they hear it.
Oh, intelligence.
It says the image can't create sound, but then it says you
No,
create a
I went for the
sound.
sound, not an image.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. Okay, intelligence investigation. So we have 2 owlbears. Oh, that's great. Nope, not that one. And the thing without a token. Oh, it's got a token on that bit. And that's completely hung. Okay, that's an interesting looking
Hey,
sheet.
what she said.
Hey! So I am just gonna...
It's hung like an owlbear.
Hung like an owlbear. It's that character sheet is completely fucked.
Would it have a cloaca like an owl, or would it be hung like a bear?
That's for other people to discuss. That isn't me.
Let's intimately discuss the physiology of an owlbear at 11 o'clock at night.
I
That's
mean,
a perfect thing to do.
No.
-1, presumably.
I'm just trying to...
The other one got -4.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to...
Oh wow, that's
says...
a big minus.
I'm just trying to bring up a different one because it doesn't like that character sheet, so I'm looking at its companion. It is -4 to intelligence for an owlbear.
Stupid ass bear.
So
I'm grateful how stupid they are.
yes. So where are you directing the crowds from?
So I want to, move it all.
Huh?
In that sort of direction.
So you put in the
Either
crowds from
side
that
of the,
direction.
Yeah.
Okay, so owlbears are notoriously vicious and will attack shit. So they are not going to run away from it. They are going to run towards it.
That's what I hope.
Which is good for you that they weren't scared and running away. So, okay, they will... The normal owlbear and the weird fucking magic owlbear will run off into the distance. You know what?
Yay.
Let's hope they don't cause a problem at some point in the future. Okay.
Technically, that's all I can do on a turn. But if you want to skip a few stages of me mage handing and chipping away at that rock, because that would be the aim.
Yep, that's a great solution that doesn't involve licking it. Okay, can you first of all give me a perception? No, investigation. Sorry, investigation. I forgot there was another one.
Yes, I can.
Okay, and with an investigation, that you can see that the meteor itself seems to be made of different material. So when you get close enough to it and investigate it, i.e. not touch it or lick it, it's like a big normal rock that has like seams of energy running through it. Almost like you could chip away the magic stuff and then leave normal rocks behind.
Oh, so could I see where the magic bits are with my
Yes.
spell running?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, well that's what I would like to try and chip away and get a piece of.
Okay. For mechanical reasons,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna do that with your mage hand.
Mm-hmm.
Just so we're not going to have you sitting there ignoring the several turns, because otherwise it's pointless. We'll say that it takes you like 2 turns to do, so that it's running concurrently as what else is happening. Otherwise, your Craig is going to be bored shitless sitting there doing nothing. And then next turn we can decide where you want to go from there. So everybody else is on the other map. And Balthor, no, you are on the other map.
Yes. So,
That map.
am I walking with Gilmert? Am I?
Yes.
Okay. So as we get closer, so we'll probably then be walking through the second
Through the inner
gates,
gate.
and I'll turn to him and say, "So you want me to sort that shit out? I mean, are you wanting me to rebuild the wall? I mean, what shit do you want me to sort out here?"
I mean, we could help and see if there's anyone in trouble, if anyone needs help.
Okay.
If there
Vaguely,
is
vaguely
anything,
here, carried on the wind. Hi, I'm Tom.
I mean, maybe we can try and stabilise something until we can regather and actually get the builders and magicians on it. But for now, we just need to figure out what's gone on and see if anyone needs help.
So I will, as far as I can move towards the hole in the wall, and using my stone cutter, racial trait, and also my masonry abilities, proficiency, and skills, look at the wall and see if there's anything I can do to make it somewhat more stable.
Okay. So, hang on, I will add you to this map at the top as well. Now I need to find where I've got a token for Gilm. I don't know why I'm singing.
Don't stop now.
Help the thought process.
Right. And there's Gilbert. Right. So now you're on this map and can see the situation.
Yeah, so
Where's-
yeah, I'll just go to look. I just want to move in right wherever the wall looks the most unstable. That's where I'll be heading
Cool.
towards.
You should be able to control as well. And as I've advised to everybody else, floor is covered in twisted metal. It's a bit unstable. So if you try and move in the room itself, I'm going to ask you to do some checks.
No, I say I'm happy to stay on the outside of the wall. I just want to move around and see where it is the most unstable. So 5, 10. Well, that would get me to there with my movement. So I'll just be, as I'm walking, investigating the walls and see if there's anything I can do to improve the stability, if there's any particular weak places.
I mean, you can see the floor above is caving in. It's on a canter as well, so that maybe there are some of the bigger pillars that you know from. This is the armory. You'll know this room. That you'll know that there are some bigger, solid bits of masonry that you could maneuver to prop things up.
So, well, if that's the case and I can see that from there, then I would be moving straight into the building then, because I would be looking to get into a position to. So that would get me, movement would get me to there originally. So if I need to do any save, but I
Yes,
would be
please.
heading towards acrobatics or athletics,
Your
is that
choice.
right?
Your choice. I mean, the
I will use athletics, please.
Oh, lovely.
And I will press up my way through that twisted metal. Squatting, yes.
Lunging all the way. I mean, the option is
And
as
then-
well, if any of you want to head up to the next floor and view it from the top down, you can do that as well. Or hit it
No,
from-
me, I'm heading underneath and see if I can see anything to help prop it up. So
You're
that
going
is
bot-
my
you're
sole
going
purpose at the minute.
bottom up.
Bottom first.
Bottom first. After
Yes.
you, Balthar, I will say Gimlet.
Gilmert.
That's it, is going to do the same thing. So I don't think I even gave him a character sheet. I don't think he's got any. No stats at all. So
Well, Gilmert.
I know it's terrible, isn't it?
+5 to everything.
Well, in that case, it would be a 10, which is not great. So he will fall prone in this corner. And next is David.
The maid would follow in after Balthor, see if he needs any help to support them,
Yep.
make everything supported. So that'll be that acrobatics or
Or
what was
athletics,
it?
whatever one you're better at.
Athletics, believe it or not.
Yeah. So where do you move to? And
2 seconds.
We should find a way to get Alethea back to us.
I move to here
cool.
because that's as far as I can move. I'm going to dash. And I'm just going to have a look about and see if there's anything I can use to help support the roof.
Lovely. Like I said, there's some meaty pillars here. There's a couple here. Some bits of wood. So if you want to describe to me what materials you would use and how you will use it, I have a check here we could do to see if you can successfully use whatever debris you want to hold things up.
I'm just kind of going to go into the corner and find like some wood pillars that are long enough and sturdy enough, looking enough to like do that with.
Yep.
You get me?
Lovely. Okay. Tom.
Okay, so I've woken up Magnus.
Yes.
And I can also see Cat Person.
Answered
Is
riddle.
it, I'm aware personally of the name, but Tom is not. So,
No, that's fine.
It's Cat Person.
And you heard Hayes was there.
I've heard Hayes shouting, "Is there anybody here?" I'll go round and cast Cure Wounds on Answered Riddle.
Cool. Lovely.
For 10 points of healing.
And she will sit up groggily and very much like Magnus be, oh, what's happened? What's going on?
Tom believes that what has happened is a giant space rock has broken the building. From what Tom has observed audibly, there are people inside. They seem to be people who I have been traveling with, I think.
Are they injured?
It sounded like change faces. I can't remember their name. They change their face a lot, I think. I don't know. But they're inside looking for other survivors. Maybe we could help, or you two appear, in Tom's opinion, to be somewhat injured. Maybe you two should go and seek respite and refuge. Tom will venture inside.
Okay, thank you, Tom. So are you...
Also, hi, I'm Tom.
Hi, Tom. You can call me.
Tom's just remembered he hasn't introduced themselves to this person. so after having like a sort of brief conversation, then introduces himself.
And she'll say, "Hi, Tom. You can call me Riddle." And is there anything you want to do
Tom
with...
Riddle.
No. Oh yeah. Do you want to use any of your leftover movement?
I've got about 10 feet left. I mean, in my brain, what Tom would do, because he's seeking the shortest entrance into the building now from
Step
where he
over?
is, I mean, is this a collapsed wall? Because if this is still an intact wall, Tom's gut reaction would be to blow a hole through the wall to
No.
get inside faster. But that's going to severely damage the stability of the building.
These are steps.
Okay.
These are walls. So there is a very clear gap.
Oh, right,
here.
okay. Right, okay. Yeah, then
so
in that
so
case...
that is like 3 layers of curved steps up to it.
Right, he'll just move briefly up onto the steps as far as he can move, and that will be it for Tom.
Okie dokie. Hayes.
I will use half my movement to stand up.
Lovely.
I will make the others aware that there is somebody on the top. Please secure the roof as best you can. I'm going to try and find a way up there.
Cool.
And then from where I am, can I see a way to get to the next floor?
Yep, what I will do is... Bear with. There is an internal way that you can get round there, but I think just for expediency's sake, I might just pop you there. So let me just get. Oh, which one are you?
The green one, I think.
Tom's the pink one, even though he's not pink. David's the green one. You're the
Okay.
blue
the
one.
white one.
No, but that's the
Right.
colours down the bottom, but not of the little player icons when I drag them around. Craig is
that's weird.
Craig is a picture of him drinking,
Crazy.
and Scott is a picture of him at the D&D premiere in Berlin. So
Tom's purple. Yeah.
okay, so the blue one is Hayes. So just to give you some visibility, what you would be able to do is, can you see this?
Yep.
So you would be kind of on this floor. You know from the internal layout that there are stairs around here that go up.
Right.
Give-
So have I come up?
Given time, given time and expediency, I'm not going to make you do several turns just to roll up there. So what I will actually do is move you up to the next floor.
Choo choo, you're upstairs.
Yep, pretty much.
I like that, Jude.
I know, it's great, isn't it? You were there, now you need to be
Great
on
invention.
this one. So it's the same level as before, but you are above what's going on below. Let me put a token for you on this one as well. Who are you? Who am I? And what am I doing? There we go. So this is the library. And if you would like,
Save the library.
if you would like to roll me a perception,
Shall do.
22.
22.
Okay, as you can see, it's almost obvious that the floor has subsided. It is completely off kilter. There are some big gaps in the floor. The library books themselves, a few of them are kind of smouldering. They're not, even though there are flames here, they're not actively on flames, so flames isn't a danger, but they're smouldering and charred. The library shelves have collapsed and are sliding forward, and at the front you can see Shay here, barely conscious underneath a stack of library shelves that's fallen, perilously close to the front end where the whole front wall of the library has collapsed as well. And that was your movement up there. Is there any action that you would like to do?
Yes. So I would like to use my speaking to just hang in there. I'm coming for you. And then, if possible, I would like to try and time a rope onto an arrow and try and fire it to a nearby bookcase.
Okay.
If I'm allowed to do that.
Yep.
Just want a short bow attack.
Where are you aiming? Not at her?
No. So just somewhere around here, like
Okay.
it might slip the bookcase, just do a bit of something that's nearer but not too nearer.
What?
An 8.
Ooh, close.
I don't even have any inspiration to re-roll it.
No.
That's fine. It fell short.
Cool.
But in that case, that's my turn. On my next turn, I'll pull the arrow back and try again.
Okay. How's everyone doing time-wise?
We're good.
Alright.
Still okay? If at any point anyone needs to go, just shout out because there's stuff after this as well, so I don't need to speed through the end of this.
Good.
Yay.
Not much, because I wasn't anticipating you doing both of the meteors in one session. But hey, next Balthor, you are on what map now?
Ow.
You are on that map.
First, underneath
yeah.
Hayes.
Tom is. And where David is.
Yes.
Yes. So, I will be looking for anything sturdier than wooden post. If there is any
Yep.
metal columns, or even if there's any solid stone columns that look to be a similar size to the gap to the ceiling,
Yep.
to the next level, And then if I can find anything that is particularly heavy, then I will probably turn around to David and say, David, can you give me a lift with one of these? But whatever you do, don't play any more music, because last time you played, the whole place blew up.
That wasn't my fault.
I don't know.
Cause and effect, mate. Cause and effect.
Causation does not equal correlation.
All I will say is nothing fell out of the sky for the last few weeks with these other guys, and as soon as I hear you play music again, the sky falls down.
Damn
Oh,
it!
what can I say?
Damn it! You've
When
just
the
solved
bass
my
fell-
entire plot arc.
Can,
It's
can I
secretly
can I
David's performing.
can I try? Can I attack David? No,
Why?
because I believe you're the big bad. You summoned the meteors. No, so I'm asking David. Can you help me?
PvP.
This is not.
Can you help
This
me
is
move?
not a Melkor situation. Stand down.
Can you help me move these columns?
Yes, of course.
Okay, can you give me some strength checks? It's quite a high check, but I will give you advantage.
I mean, Balthor's doing all of the work.
What? Describe what this looks like. Whatever, whatever material
In
you
my
want
head,
from.
I have a mind's eye, and it depends on whether or not other people have seen it. But in my mind's eye, I've got a great allegory for this.
A what?
I pictured David just having one finger on the end, just like I'm helping. But
Has anybody seen the episode of Friends where Rachel is helping somebody move, and they put the couch, and she's not even she's not even carrying the
Yes.
couch? It's like that's David in this situation. Like, he's got his hands on it, but he's doing no actual lifting.
Yes. Oh.
I mean, hang on, how tall is David and how tall is Balfour? They're holding up a wall.
David's like 7 foot tall Minotaur. David's a little short, stumpy dwarf.
I am about.
David's 7'2".
Am I about four foot tall? I think.
as well.
Yeah, no.
David's just got an hand on it. He's not even doing anything.
And even my gauntlets didn't help. That's the worst of it.
Amazing.
You gotta get low, David, to lift it.
Well, you should have said I'm a bard. I'm not used to this heavy lifting. Pish.
Amazing.
But yeah, the idea is to move a column to help support the ceiling.
With a 23, you have found a sturdy bit of whatever material that you have chosen to prop up right in the place it absolutely needed it the most. So it looks a lot steadier.
And David watched.
Yes.
Yeah. He's like, put it there.
It just means now that hay is on the floor above, you won't need to do any kind of athletics checks because the floor is now a lot more stable.
Thank you.
Just before we move to David, everybody's inside, aren't they? Okay.
Tom's on the steps.
Tom's
about
on the
to
step.
go inside.
Tom, can you just roll me a quick perception?
Sure.
I'm not inside.
Oh, yes,
No,
and
he's
Alithia.
inside.
Alithia, sorry, I forgot that you weren't on this map.
Yeah, no, Alithia doesn't count. She's not. Tom's not very.
Alithia,
perceptive
can
at
you
all.
roll me a perception as well? Okay, Alithia notices as you're in the forest, your sight is drawn up to the skies, and there's no star. The stars of meteors have faded now, but instead, what you can see are what look like wisps of smoke. Messages that are now coming in from all across the realm via a spell I concocted myself. It's a smoke messenger spell. So basically what you are seeing is the magic equivalent of a ton of emails pouring in towards the Vanguard, which you will think is what's people asking for help. So that's what you can start seeing coming in, all the messages in a volume you've never seen before. Okay. David, Yes, because you were helping both.
Yes.
Yes.
And
That's fine.
I'd just like to continue doing that all along where it needs to be.
Okay, I'm going to say we need one more of those, and then the floor will be absolute. No, with a 23, Balthor did it. So the floor above is nice and stable enough for now.
Save the library.
Fairly certain the library's gone, right?
No.
Lick the meteor.
Shush you.
Lick it.
Do you hear that?
Lick the meteor.
And then the narrator comes up and goes, she was not talking about the meteor. I would like to go. Is it possible for me to reach the second floor?
You are quite tall, so possibly.
Yeah, I mean, like Hayes, there's an intern. Hello.
Touched it.
Oh yes. Sorry, I thought you were putting your hands up.
Sorry.
No, I was Scott got it. I was simulating David just reaching the second floor because he's 7'2", and the second floor has descended somewhat. So it's like, yes, he can reach.
That
the
could be
second
another
floor.
option, that you atlas it and hold up the floor. If you wanted to, then you can again go the internal circuit. I'm not going to make you move and dash for it, choo motherfuckers. So if you want to be up to the next floor, we can do.
Yes, I'd like to be up there then.
Oh, what fucking colour are you? You were green, weren't you?
Green.
Great, pink.
He's
Green.
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 You
Oh
are-
my god.
Yes.
Ooh, who
David
knew?
is, David is
Shay.
pink on mine, but are you talking about the images? Because I just have the names on mine.
If you look at what the colour is next
In
to
the
the name
chat.
on the chat box.
Yeah, if you
Do
look,
you know what? I'm going to turn my colour to match it.
if you look at the chat
Oh,
box,
yes.
yeah.
No, yeah, I
It's-
see what you mean.
I think
Oh,
it's
green,
the
yes.
name that goes with your profile picture on Roll20 rather than your character.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have the name tokens on the bottom of my screen. I don't have the images, you see.
No, I
so...
don't either. I just have names and colours, which makes it all the more confusing.
Names and colours.
How do I?
Yes, David is green.
Hmm.
Probably jealous of all my strength of lifting.
There you go. Me and Ali's changed our colours to match.
Bless
It
your
says.
heart.
Lovely.
So you have appeared now next to Hayes.
Oh, hey, you're already up here. Is there anyone here?
Check the other way.
Why?
Just check for anybody else.
Didn't see anyone else.
You've not looked. You've just got upstairs.
There is nobody else.
Oh, thank you, God. There's no
Choo-choo.
one else here.
Choo choo.
Then go back downstairs and help them.
I will help you.
Everyone save Shay
I
yet?
had my turn now.
Hayes wants to save Shay solo.
Yeah, pretty much. And David, just like, yeah, crack on.
Well, when someone saves Shay and whatever the fuck Alithia is doing, then that will resolve the session.
Tom has single-handedly saved the leader and the lieutenant of the Vanguard by himself. So Tom saw
Big
it.
All you did was walk through some smoke.
He
Upon
casted
two
some
owls.
cure wounds.
So what we're saying
Upon
is
two animals.
Tom's out for promotion here.
Tom is literally going to get promoted.
Well, let's just say, you all might be a little
We'll
bit
resolve this
promoted
later.
after this. You've got a lot of
Scott didn't
experience
hear
you've
it.
learned through this. So,
Yeah, we've gained a lot of experience in the last 2 sessions.
pretty much, yes. So, David?
Oh, sorry. I thought he'd finished it. He said he was ending his turn.
Oh,
then.
that's fine.
I
Tom?
just want to deal with the kids.
Oh, okay. Tom will continue inside. Am I safe to move inside?
Yep.
So presumably I get to go around here.
Yeah.
And
mean, I'm-
one would think that I would see Balthor
Yes.
holding up a big pillar.
Can you give me an
Reinforcing the
athletics
roof.
or an acrobatics anyway? Because this floor's still fucked.
Yes, of course I can. I have the I have the same in either one, so
Whatever your preference and flavour is.
let's be true to my personal Bogrud self and say athletics. Hey, that's okay.
Fine. That's fine.
And presumably, I would walk in and see Balthor holding up a big pillar trying to support the ceiling.
Yes.
At which point Tom would go, "Ah, Balthor, I saved Magnus and a cat outside. They were under rocks and asleep, but now they're not."
Throw the cushion at us.
I'm holding a big pillar.
He's holding it up.
Now, you have enough stone crafter's skill that you've been able to kind of put in a good support. I mean, you rolled it, you critted, so you put in a really solid, like, stone pillar support, and just been able to do a little carving of a, like, on it as well to make it pretty.
Well done, Tom. I think other people upstairs trying to find out if there's any other survivors. Glad to see you again.
You too, I think. I don't know. Should I be glad? Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you see a friend,
do I go? What do I do now? Dan doesn't appear to be here. That was my sole purpose. What do I do?
I don't know. I mean, was you sure Dan was here?
No, I couldn't see him, so I assumed he'd be here.
I
He
will
doesn't
help you.
seem to be.
I will help you look.
Do we look here, or do we go elsewhere?
We will look in each room together.
What's this big rock?
Don't lick it, Tom.
You can investigate it if you wish.
It does not have a tongue.
See, when Tom investigates things, is it like an eye scanner?
Like the
Is it a
Terminator.
robot? Is it like scan it?
I'm thinking like the Borg.
Oh, yes.
I'll
don't-
investigate the big
I-
space rock. Yeah, sure.
Short circuits.
It's a big space
It's
rock.
a big space rock.
It's a big space rock.
We don't see Dan's feet underneath it and his toes all curled up, do we?
That rock is not Dan.
That was that roll.
Wizard of Oz.
Tom will now await further instruction.
Okay.
And then Tom just sort of stands still, waiting for Balthor to tell him what to do next.
Hayes?
I would like to. Is this like a big gap in the floor?
Yes, you can see it, and thanks to what's gone on below, the floor is now stable, so you can move as normal.
Okay, so I would like to jump over it.
Yep.
And then try and help Shay out.
Yep, can you
One
do
of the
me...
look codes. Is she still conscious, did you say?
She's still conscious, but she's like at 1 HP.
Okay. I would like to feed her one of my healing potions and then try and help her out.
Oh, that's very kind. Yep, so can you just do a strength check just to make sure you don't crit? Bad
There
crit,
ain't no
that
chance.
is.
Oh, that's a high possibility.
18, that's
No,
fine.
it wasn't.
Yeah, you managed to extract her from there with no further injury to yourself or her. That's fine. You have rescued her, and she will cling on to
She
you.
got a little bit of health back now, yeah?
Amazing, yes. And she will cling on to you and just be like, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yep, so then I will just put around my thing, and then because I can use a bonus action to dash, I'll just help make my way back with her.
Yep, I'm quite happy that you have saved her from this room, and this room is now done and dusted. Okay, so
Back to Olivia.
cool, yes. So hi Alithia.
Run
So
away.
for all intents and purposes, you've spent several turns chipping away at the magic seams on this meteor. So you have, with your mage hand, some of this meteor. The magical elements of it, at the very least.
So, at that point, if there's nothing else to see or to do, then it would just be a case of heading back.
What are you going to do with your
So-
meteor bits? Are you just going to continue
Okay.
holding them?
Yep.
Just continually keeping your mage hand going and just floating along, holding some more bowl.
Ideally.
Cool. Well,
Yep.
how much can mage hand hold? Is it about a pound?
£30.
Huh?
£10,
£10.
I think.
Dunno.
I believe. Hang on.
I think it's £30, is it not?
Oh no, 30 feet. £10.
£10.
Oh wow.
Can you?
Oh,
What could we use for precision?
Sleight of hand.
Dexterity.
Slight,
Sleight of hand.
hand.
I think sleight of hand might be. No, dexterity. No, dexterity. You're right. Yeah. Can you roll me a dex? 2. Okay.
Oh.
All I'm going to say with dex is you've got what you think is all of it. So there could be some weird magic shit still left in and on that boulder. So
I mean, it's a big ass meteor, though, isn't it? You thought there'd be more than £10.
I mean-
There's probably thousands of pounds
no,
of meteor.
I don't know whether you were here for that, but I said it's basically like a big rock with seams or like
Yeah.
attachments of it. So it's not one solid chunk of like crazy weird shit. It's
No.
just got bits of it.
So it's got like different veins of, say, mineral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like crystals that have grown onto it. Cool. So that's
You're telling me I'm dropping a few bits.
yeah, possibly. It's just maybe you've not been as precise in what you've taken out as you think you should have, as what you could have been.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then just heading back to there's nothing else there. I've got some evidence of it.
Yeah, no, well,
Go
you've
back.
extracted some stuff, avoided a fight. That's a pretty big win. Except there's still a weird owlbear that's a corrupted, weird beast. So,
I'm not a druid. I don't care about that.
Fair enough. I will pop you onto the wide angle map.
Oh, is this what everyone's been looking at?
That's what everyone's been looking at. Although hilariously, just spoilers for anyone who's going to be watching this recording lately, it has been
Yes, I will.
a big grey screen full of nothing, because this does not appear to have been updated with any of the stuff, and seems to have crashed.
When I've watched them back before, it hasn't always followed what you're doing in
No.
terms of the maps.
It also seems to have lost its mojo.
Yeah, I've definitely seen Observer disappear a couple of times.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen a couple of times, yeah.
Well, it's just trying to load back in again now, just for... There we go.
If you ever watch anybody stream on like YouTube channels that do stream things where the stream breaks and they have to disappear for about 20 minutes while they fix the streaming software,
See, usually
and they tend to use the same thing you do. What was it called?
OBS.
OBS. Yeah, they tend to use that, and it's like, oh god, OBS has died. We have to go 1 second.
See,
And
usually
they'll disappear from the live stream for 20 minutes.
Well, I've usually have it open in my other screen so I can at least see what it's seeing, but I've got my other notes over the top of it, so I haven't been that attentive. Okay, well, I've popped everyone, mostly, I think, back on the wide-angle ground floor. No, maybe not. Okay. Yeah. Now, Shay's been saved. We're just going to do a little bit of wrap-up, so I will pop everyone back in the same place for once. Okay, so Alithia has finally caught up with you guys. You have all assembled on what were the big front steps of Stormholt that you knew. With
Before I left that room, I did have one last thing I did want to
yes.
do.
Sorry, yes.
I was going to look on the floor to see if there was any books or weapons that still looked usable and just grab what I could and put them into the bag of holding. So, books for Alethea, but weapons for me if there was anything still usable.
Nope, it's all fucked.
Okey-dokey.
Easy way out.
Why do you
nope,
think?
it's all fucked.
Why do you think it was the armory and the library of this grand ancient old civil?
You
this
can have
thing that's been-
nothing.
Yeah. There's no stuff left.
It's just the books were smouldering, so I thought if I put them
No.
in the bag of holding, you see, there's no oxygen in there, so that would have put out any flames immediately. But if none of it was good, then none of it's good.
It will take time. The Vanguard will rebuild. There's experienced magicians who can mend things, and research can be done, etc., etc. So, if you're happy for me to conclude this now,
Yeah.
cool. So, what will happen is, you've all concluded together. Magnus, answered riddle, and Shay have followed along with you. Magnus lingered by the meteor, curious by what it's containing, and as Alithia joins with your invisible mage hand, is it invisible? No, it's not legerdemain. It's just your. Oh, you got the invisible one.
Invisible.
With your floating hand full of shard stuff. The artificer in him is curious for research, so he will lead his people to investigate this further to find out what on earth has gone on. Shay will reunite with Alithia and explain kind of what peril she was in and how she was saved. And let's have a look. What else? Yeah. So, answered riddle being the communications spots. What Alithia has seen as all of these smoke messages, these messages from across the realm asking for help, are pouring into Stormholt as well. So Magnus especially will turn to you all and say, a lot's changed around here. There's work to be done. We need to sort through these messages, and I'll be in contact. For now, rest if you can, because there's work to be done. I'm going to stop it there. I will come up with a way to move the story on, because I wasn't expecting us to finish in this particular way, so I need to do a little bit of thinking. But I may come to you in the chat to give you a choice of what you want to do next, because I don't want to railroad. I want to give a couple of options, but the options I want to give you don't necessarily make sense at this moment unless you're happy for me to hand wave a bit of time.
Me personally, as Baltha, I will go wherever I am ordered or asked to go.
And Tom will go wherever Balthor goes.
Okay.
So that would be my general thinking, because as I did in the village, in the thingy, he understands hierarchy and organization, and to fix something you need to have a plan, and we don't have a plan at the moment. So those above us, who have always given us orders, would be who he looks at to begin with.
Okay, so in that case, what I will say is, time has passed, you've rested, and Scott, you missed out on this. Level up, because you've all got a lot of experience, so feel free to level up. As the sun rises over a now non-smoking Stormholt, things will be put back together eventually, but it will take time and resources. Messages from across the realm will need to be sorted, because help will be needed in places across Cambria. Magnus will come to you, solemn expression on his face, and say, my friends, my colleagues, I have a personal request for you. I've received a personal cry from help from my sister. Something has happened in her village. A portal has opened. They are under attack. They need help. I can't go. I have to stay and rebuild here. I need you to go.
What's your sister called?
Deandra.
Which village is it?
She is from the village of I've written it down, but I can't pronounce it. Bakuran. Bakuran? Yeah. Bakuran.
Okay, yeah.
And
It's not that.
Alithia.
Mm-hmm.
You, I don't know, I think I've spoken to you about this because you definitely have read this. Under the law section, there is something called miscellaneous, and I dreamt of a weird spell called smoke message, which is just basically like communicating via email over a long distance. Unlike the spell message, which basically is like having a telephone call you have to answer, smoke message is like a smoke raven that arrives and you can go and read whenever you want. You will receive a smoke message, a smoke raven, and it's from Valuris, who you spoke to earlier. And in it, she will say, "You asked for something from me. Maybe you can help me. I have something that I need that was damaged in a different part of Cambria. I need your help." And she'll add some detail from a place that needs help called... Oh, where is it? From Trast, the port of Trast.
Indeed, they're quite close geographically. They're quite close geographically, Bakuran and Port of Brest. That's handy.
So you have a request from Magnus Lock and a request from Valuris. I am going to finish there now, but if anyone has any further questions on some more details of those messages when I have slept, I will be happy to provide them in the chat. But if you wish to decide, I will be preparing both, and then you can decide which one you want to do. If you want to spend some more time here afterwards, catching up with any NPCs or other stuff before we move on, I'm happy to do so as well, because Napenthe and Stormholt is a place you will be coming back to for shopping and levelling up, etc.
Is there any steps in Stormholt and Napenthe? Was there any of them
There's
portal steps? There's one, isn't there?
Oh, come on. No. So I rolled 20.
No.
It's going
Brief
to...
question
Yeah, that's
vis-a-vis leveling up.
That's the step here.
Yeah.
Yep. Leveling up.
Any restrictions on feats? Or can we just take whatever we want if we don't want the stat increase?
I'm scanning for Graham. Scanning for Graham. Scanning for Graham.
Feels like a trick question loaded somewhere.
Bogwood. Bogwood's not a feat, is it? Bogwood's not a feat.
There's no Bogwood feat now.
Then
I mean,
fine.
Bogwood has feat.
Yeah.
So you're happy for me to take whatever feat I want.
Yeah.
The way you said that,
Well, I know we've talked about kind of magic items that are on the cursed list. I don't think we've done that with feats. Oh.
Not yet.
I'm going to regret this, but no, that's fine. Go on then. What one do you want?
Does it need to mechanically make sense in terms of the character, or can I just pick something which is, in theory, for the character batshit insane, but for me, lots of fun?
Which is what?
I'm not 100% set yet on what I'm going to choose.
I mean, if you want to message me privately...
I just know that there are some feats I can choose that make me, like, basically part dragon.
Oh, shit.
So, like,
Getting all that alcohol from his tummy.
Technically, it makes no sense.
It's just alcohol you're spitting out.
You give me...
It's a feat that is available.
You give me a solid enough reason why that feat would apply, I will give it, and not some kind of weird batshit one. But if you can write me the backstory.
Tom
or
ate
mechanic...
a dragon and now he's part dragon. he went to Togs or Trogs, whatever his name was, and ate some dragon, and now he's a bit dragon.
You think of it. and you let me know.
I'm not gonna. There's no logical reason for Tom to suddenly be able to grow wings.
In that,
But that would be
how
fun
about this?
for me.
How about this? No for now, but if you want that for the next time it's available, we can work
Come up
towards
with a
reasons.
good reason as to why.
I will need to talk to you because I do have some things that now I can talk to you about. Ali, I said I would
Right,
talk to
okay.
you later about things that would
Yeah.
apply. This is what we are talking about. So, yes. Scott, did you have a hand up?
Yes. Is the heavy armor master feat okay for me to take? It's perfectly story based because I use heavy armor.
Yep.
I'm a soldier, and I'm a master of my armor. I don't want to turn into a dragon.
I mean, that seems perfectly fucking reasonable. See, Graham, that's reasonable. That's fucking reasonable. That's what that looks like. Not, I want to be a fucking dragon. Weirdo. Anyway,
You've
Why
already
would I
had
not
a
want to
dragon
be?
character.
Why would I not want to be a flying dragon tank? I mean,
You've already
But-
got one.
why would I not want to be?
but
I'm trying to
I-
make myself
okay.
as Bograd as possible.
no for now. But I know how. But
I'm just joking.
But I can now think of a way that we can do that in the future.
Okay. Realistically speaking, I'm probably going to take some form of martial feat for this because there's no real reason to give myself a stat increase because everything's nicely evenly rounded out. So I will probably take a feat, but it will be something that makes actual sense.
But you've told me
Can
you
I
want that.
take the charger feat?
Yes, I think that's been used on many different occasions, and apart from Bograd being just Bograd, I think that's fine.
Just means I can use
I
it
think
for
only
But
make the
Bograd
charger.
had Charger, but Scott let me change it because I never used it.
You
I
don't
made
need
many mistakes.
you don't need to level up now, so please feel free to think on it before next session. If there's any,
Yeah.
I had my level 4 level up like in my head for like since we started.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've found it as well, and it's all very. It's like I've taken Thunderclap as my new cantrip.
nice.
It's very vivid. I create a burst of thunderous sound that can be heard up to 100 feet away.
I mean, that is normally
You know, that's
cool.
yeah, and a phantasmal force.
Right.
What was my first concentration spell?
And that's that session.
Well,